Austin, tell me what's going on with the Matrix, dog. Tell me what's going on,
I
man.
don't give a fuck about the Matrix. Why is it 5 people in the chat and then
What are
thing?
you talking about, view? Oh, you're seeing because I use the one account is so I can operate on my end, like the soundtrack and everything. But
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
well,
No, it's like no.
there's
I
a
just been
new,
here.
there's a Sonic manga going on, and you need to read it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw. I already knew about the
Sonic
story. I
Blade
just
of
haven't
Fate.
read. I already heard about the story. I just didn't read it because it wasn't relevant to my Western.
Apparently, it's popping off, and
Okay.
especially IDW.
Yeah, but Sonic's popped off before. Sonic
No one
standards
cares
aren't
about
that
the
great.
Matrix. Why are you asking about the Matrix?
Because listen, because I just been hearing nothing but Kirkman bringing. I don't know if people are leaving the Transformers book. I
Oh,
want to
you
know what's
mean
going on.
Transformers, not the Matrix?
Well,
I'm
no,
thinking
I
of the
mean, because
movie.
no, because people were talking about like Alita One having the Matrix, and from what I understand, it doesn't
No,
really
no,
make much sense to me.
I think what it did was it did the same thing they always do with Leah. She
Right,
came in trying to girl boss the situation. She was crying, complaining to Optimus that he wasn't doing too much. He needed
right,
to come back to Cybertron, all that shit. So he
right,
said, "You know what? Fuck it. Here, take it." And then they
right.
chose her. And then he said, "My name is Optimus now. If y'all want to go her, go her. I don't care." And then that was
Well,
it.
okay, so
Everybody
for
left
what I
her.
see, I'm not reading the book, so I'm just saying some things that concerning me as an outside observer who will eventually read the book.
You're
She
not
has
gonna
some.
listen to the book.
She can't. I don't see how is she a prime, right? Because Optimus can't just
The
say you're
Prime
worthy.
approved.
Yeah, well, because Optimus approved. I don't think that's how it ever
No,
worked.
the Matrix
Oh,
approved.
oh, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if the Matrix would approve someone like Alita, at least in her headspace. I think maybe if
I
it
think
was
it
like,
did, but I think it's going to teach her a lesson because this Matrix is
yeah, that's
different.
what. Yeah, I think I just have to accept that it's a different Matrix. I'm not as mad about it as everybody because I think it's obviously like a superior
I'm mad
Spider-Man
because
thing.
the placement. The placement is terrible. Megatron just came
Mm,
back. Earth's
right,
about to be the Megatron and stuff is on Earth, so she's like, "Oh, yeah, we can do the full assault on Cybertron."
right,
But it's like then you're going to let Megatron destroy our planet, this planet that we're on now.
right. And also, he's the guy that you need to kill to end the war. So just like stay here.
But the Matrix here clearly has ties to humanity and stuff now because
Right,
of what Sparky did. So I do think it's supposed to be
superior Prime type shit.
yeah, I do think she's going to learn a lesson through it and end up giving the Matrix back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, because a lot of people were just heated. I'm like, I mean, even as an outsider looking in, I'm like, he's obviously gonna get it. He's
it,
not.
it's
She's not keeping it.
it's a terrible time. It really is
Right.
like terrible time. You
Yeah.
had the full war stuff with Megatron, and Megatron is like ramping up for like his biggest thing, and she's like, "Let's go at the Cybertron," and people are like, "We don't care about Cybertron."
Right. I do like the idea of having a Cybertron and Autobot and like Earth dichotomy. Two different
I'll
storylines.
be I'll be fine with if like Shockwave himself was on Cybertron, but he's here.
Oh, so
But
everybody's
like,
here.
yeah, like all the main people are on Earth, so like, why would I care about what's on Cybertron?
Oh, so why doesn't she just rebuild Cybertron on her own?
Because apparently the Decepticon's still in charge. There's somebody there,
Okay.
and just none of the top five.
I, I guess so. Okay. Like I said, I'm not reading it. I understand that the
Like that,
plot's going to be
it's just a
Optimus going to.
weird timing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they had an arc leading to it, I think it'd be fine. But it just came out of the blue. Megatron's back, and I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I go. I'll leave."
Right.
Like
I guess
what?
I'll depower myself so I can fight Megatron with less than
Yeah.
half my strength. I think that is a bit weird. I think Alita 1 should stay on Earth and
And
help him
then
fight
people didn't
Megatron.
like her name and anything. Like they instead of like changing her design or her getting a redesign, it's because of how the comics going. They kind of did the thing where it's like, oh, we still want to look like G1.
Right.
So he just looked like a bigger Alita, and it's kind of lame. And then he called
What?
himself Alita Prime, which is also
Well,
lame.
to be fair to her, I mean, Hot Rod just was a bigger Rodimus with a different
No,
transformation.
Rodimus has a lot of additions. She did not. She just had like more meat on her bones.
Oh, I thought I saw her with the little thing on her back she didn't have before. Am I crazy? Did she get
That
like?
I'm pretty sure she had that when she came into the issue.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought she had like something on her back though. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of RC. RC became like Magnus or something,
And
right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And then she
that was
got like
another thing
Magnus's
too. That
shit.
like,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, we finally got Madness here, and then you immediately made him a bitch, and he gave his power
Yeah.
too. So it's like,
I mean, I understand. It's just Ultra Magnus was never, he never did much.
no, it was like, no. I think he'd be fine with it if he didn't do it right before Optimus did it too.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I just
And
been hearing
also
a lot
the
of
help that he is showing in the comics has been very terrible.
right. Yeah, that's just Ultra Magnus. That's
No, I
always.
mean like he's been running way scared, crying. He couldn't even
Oh
fight the
yeah, no,
whole
that's
time.
not him.
Like
That's
it's
not
been
him.
really
That's
bad.
not him. That's not him. I mean, look, even if he doesn't pull his weight, he always goes out swinging.
No,
That's all
he's
I
like
can always say about. I
PTSD,
don't,
terrified of Shockwave. So it was
yeah,
like
we
really
can.
bad.
Yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, no.
So
Yeah, it's
he was
just
like, yeah, he can overcome it. Like, nah, he just gonna give his power up, and that was it.
yeah. I've been hearing a lot of people like a lot of people are dropping the book now, and I'm like, you'll probably level out
it
eventually.
nah, I see it because it does feel like a hard shift from the all action, all go, and then the moment Rock Kirkman comes on, it's like well, let's stop there. Everyone, I'm writing, so I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna change up the pace. I want to
Right.
change up everything. The main cast are all gone. Bumblebee, he's coming back. What are you like, bro? Fuck off.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just weird. Yeah, I was surprised because a lot of people were enjoying it. I mean, I think the book did need slower pacing, but it doesn't even sound like that's the issue. I heard a reviewer say
Yeah.
the pacing just feels kind of like we're just skipping a lot of shit to get to where Kirkman wants, as opposed
It
to it
is.
being
That's
paced.
that's what I'm saying. If there's
Oh,
an
okay,
arc between this, if Ultra Magnus happened, and that was fine.
right,
And then you did an arc to lead up to the leader one getting the Matrix, and then you do the teaching the lesson thing. I think it'll be fine. The problem is we go from Megatron being back, them confirming that cannibalism is just a thing in the universe,
right.
and then it's
That's
like, oh, we need Optimus Prime more than ever. All the Decepticons are on Earth and ready to go, and he's like, fine, you've been whining. Here you go, take it. And then everybody leaves him except for the Jetfire.
right. Audience, just
Even
so
Jazz, who the original whole series have been establishing to love Earth's culture, and name himself after Earth music,
right.
left to go back to Cybertron.
Right. And for the audience of Transformer, like, listen, like, cannibalism is a big deal. Like, I know we're desensitized because comics like to amp up things. Like, you have Absolute Universe where, like, Batman's like, I'm cutting a guy in half, but he's still alive. Like, cannibalism is extreme. Okay. Like, if your characters are resorting to
I
cannibalism, that needs to be,
I
like,
was fine when it was Decepticons, 'cause they were in a desperate situation and they needed Energon, so
right.
they were reusing the weaker bots to fill up their stronger bots in that way. I thought that was okay, but then Autobots started doing it.
Yeah. I think it's just their levels, and I understand every Transformers continuities. There in the comics typically have even when Marvel owned the brand, they've always been darker than like the shows. For me, it just rubs me the wrong way. It just rubs me the wrong way personally.
I would like to think to Transformer, right? They wouldn't want to label that as cannibalism. They would more so like to label that as recycling.
That's
Oh, I
basically
would-
what Megatron's argument is, and that's literally what it basically is.
yeah. I mean, there's like ways to do it. I mean, like it's not even like the first time there's been an energon shortage. I guess I don't know. I mean, we never explored them being stuck on Cybertron for longer than like, oh, Cybertron's dead. Let's get out of here. So I guess
The only
maybe.
time this was explored in IDW when they did the same thing. Starscream had the Decepticons eating each other.
I think in the
Mhm.
Prime books, like the ones in the Alliance timeline, they explored it
The
for like
Prime
the people.
trilogy?
No, in the Alliance saga, which is this war for Cybertron, Prime, robots in skies, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, apparently there was like books that explained what was happening while Prime was on Earth and how everybody else was trying to get along because everybody was kind of struggling and some of them were living underground and shit. So they didn't even get to see Optimus sacrifice himself. They're like, "What the fuck? I guess Cybertron's back." So yeah, I guess that was the only time they explored it. I don't know the details of that, but yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted an update because it just sounded like
It
it just
was just too much too fast, and
right.
so Kirkman can change it up, and then Bumbees come back, and people are already like, "Bro, come on."
Do you think this is true to Kirkman's style of writing, or do you think it's just like him on
I
this
think
book?
exactly how he was writing Invincible stuff, and I think that's a problem. That
Mm,
because uh, they Warren's way of writing is just way different from Kirkman, so it's a very tone shift. Everything shifts the moment he comes on. And then everything feels, even though the regular thing was fast paced, this feels like just like skipping whole arcs for characters to get to a point.
that's funny because I saw a little excerpt where he was like, if I'm making it so that everybody can feel the difference, then I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, oh damn, that aged poorly. So all right, well, shout out to the new arc. Like I said, I just kind of wanted the
And he
story to
just should have
slow
wrote the
down.
book from the start, since it was his universe that he wanted to do,
Right.
or he could have just begged the guy to stay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I like I said, I wanted to get on the book when everything
But
kind of settled down. I kind of wanted
I
like the
do
status
think
quo.
he's doing it though, so he can better align it with GI Joe, which I believe he was trying. Wasn't he the writer for
Mhm.
GI Joe? Cryptid?
No. No.
Never mind. Then I don't know.
Yeah,
If he at least ran GI Joe, I would have let it slide. Maybe he's trying to line up better so he can do the crossover stuff.
yeah,
But if he ain't running that, then I don't know what he does. This is franchise, bro. Oh no, he
yeah.
was doing Void. He was doing Void Rivals. That's what it was.
It's tough because like how many arcs is this? Like we're 3 arcs in right now.
We're like 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good place to be where everybody's like saying I'm gonna leave the book now for like a non-Marvel DC
And then
property.
they don't remember they're starting their year 2 with bringing in other franchises like Mask and stuff too. And it's like, bro, we haven't had the GI Joe fully crossover.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's just a bad time for Kirkman, or at least the book in general, to be doing like this in
And
the
he's
Scott
also
Marvel stuff.
doing the Invincible stuff at the same time. Remember, Battle Beast has the book, and
Oh
some other stuff
yeah,
has the book.
oh.
So maybe he just stretched in and just trying to get to a plot point.
maybe. Yeah, well, that's all I wanted to ask you because it's been going crazy on my feed. Anytime I look up Transformers, this comes up. So I've been getting
Yeah,
nonstop Alito
if
one.
you like where the book was, you don't like where it is now. And if you didn't like where the book was, you probably don't like where it is now because it feels so jarring
Right.
randomly.
I,
So no
yeah,
one's happy.
yeah, I've been getting nonstop Alito one dissertation videos like from multiple different people. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The other half,
Yeah.
most people don't like Alita One because they just changed her to a girl boss at some point.
Yeah, but that's like, that's like in a slow progression though, because I think again, it's like once they saw,
I'm fine with it because the idea of because obviously she was in charge on Cybertron, everything going
right,
bad. So
shit's all
her
shit
being a
down.
girl
Yeah,
boss, fine. But it's like the moment you go put her with Optimus and then she started trying to little bro Optimus, it's like, hold on now.
right. Well, yeah,
You're
and
still the
me,
leader. I don't care how you feel. You got to at least show some respect.
my problem with Alito One's character has always been it's just like once they figured out how to make RC work, they just gave that to Alito One and then just made it worse. I was like, okay, all right,
She
that's kind
was sassy. She just fucking mean.
right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's move on.
All right, then. I guess with that, we should probably get into the intros, guys. So anyway, welcome, Comic Pack Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You hear me, Cryptic 415, just 48 hours away from getting my full power back, audience.
Kirby, you messed up. You should have had Doom's face at the top part. So he's looking down on you, Wiccan and Hulkling. Wiccan and Hulkling.
I should have done that, but god dang. Had to be
So you got Tom
the
Brevort looking to the side like, what the hell is going on?
yeah, just for next time. But anyway, go ahead.
And I'm Jake Tylenol, and I'm gonna yo, Nemesis is a bitch, bro. Yo, square up, ADK Nemesis. You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't feeling it.
Ace Comics, bruh. I don't know, man. I'll do one next week.
Okay.
Well, besides my phone overheating, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronounced they, he, and I'll be seeing y'all at Wild Wild West Con 2026 this weekend.
And together we form the Phanatics, and we talk about the news and reviews of the week. On our special Monday nights, we talk about the news. And on we have some media news for you. We got 2-in-1 review from me, and then we also have a lot of comic news. And also stay tuned for the very end because we'll be talking about One Piece season 2, and by we I mean 2 people here. So
yeah, I'll be leaving when that discussion comes up, so y'all see me next week.
I mean, I'll be here offering moral support, but that's about all I can give you guys. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Jay's lying. He's the biggest One Piece fan here.
Yeah, I remember when I watched an episode, I said I'll come back when they find the One Piece, and then they just never.
I should have heard him listen to the theme as a child.
Yeah, the theme as a kid. I was like, yeah, this is cool. But we'll be talking about some Doctor Doom. We'll be talking about Doctor Doom recruiting America for guidance. Okay. Well, I thought you don't want Doom to be influenced by the American spirit. Well, what are you talking about?
No, it sounds like he's going to have the American spirit working for him.
Wow, So Wiccan and I almost said their ship name. Wiccan and Hulkling.
You can say Wickling.
Wickling is coming to the channel, which is favorite people. No, you say Wick. You got to put like I. You got to put the emphasis on the I, bro. So like it's like
your boy Weakling.
Nah, bro. It's Wickling or Hulkin.
No wonder that shit name doesn't stick.
Well, they'll be coming back, and there'll be some raiding Ultron. They'll be raiding Ultron a little bit, and Tom Brevort, he's being an asshole, I guess. So there's that. So we have socials, of course, and that's usually Witch's territory. So.
Oh, okay. First of all, subscribe.
Do that,
or else I will kill you. Who said that? Not me.
Right.
You can also find us on Twitter at Comic Phanatics 69. We usually post twice a week, but sometimes we only post once a week. Anyways, You can find me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U.
Let them know.
I can, sometimes I post stuff. Not as active as I used to be, but I'm still on there.
Mm.
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. I am trying to post stuff, so keep an eye out. You can find me on Tumblr, Blue Sky, and also Letterboxd at North Star Aria. I will be posting at least 2 to 3 reviews this week, so
Hey!
all Star Trek movies, guys. All Star Trek movies.
Let's go. We're getting some culture back in our economy.
Search for Spock was good, guys.
Yes. And it's
That's
also...
the point.
Yeah.
We'll get to that another day, but all you need to know is that it was good and I enjoyed my time with it. So yeah. And you can find the others. You can find Cryptid wherever I leave him. Because he just likes to chill apparently.
Right.
I'll be back in America shortly, audience.
Yeah, totally. We'll see about that. Anyways, you can find Austin wherever you find your brick walls with bright blue eyes and hot pink blush. You can make your own Austin today.
Yeah,
that's true. And Jake.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm currently chilling out on Vulcan.
With the crew in the schoolyard?
I'm currently chilling out on Vulcan. Where are you chilling out?
Man, I was gonna tell you, I got an apartment in Raccoon City, and this place sucks, bro. It is like the worst.
What's the rent like, though? What's the rent like?
It's cheap, but the residents aren't that good.
Well,
they're pretty evil. Pretty evil.
Hey, I'm sure healthcare is pretty affordable around that area, Jake. Think of it that way,
I think after the nuke, yeah, probably, yeah. I'm sure it is.
All right, then. Since we got you guys want to get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Sure.
Okay. All right, audience. We're just going to start off with some media news with Louis Pullman, aka Sentry, promises moments for everyone in Doomsday.
Yeah, because it's the fucking Russo brothers. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look back at like what they did in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Everybody had their own moment, their own time to shine.
I think, and don't get me wrong, like Infinity War is like appreciated in the culture, but I think the Russo brothers are not appreciated enough for how they fucking pulled that movie off. Like more so than Endgame. Infinity War is such a tight movie for having so many main characters. They're all doing shit, bro.
Okay, let me read exactly what he said. Right. So anyway, he said every character has their moment that builds the dimension of them. The Russo brothers did that so well. They do not want anyone just sitting in the background. They really took to heart the responsibility of having some of the best actors in the world together. There's a lot of really exciting pair-ups that happen. A lot of fans will be really excited. It's so fun to dream about. What if A and B work together? Would B and D work together? You get to see a lot of those fantasies come to fruition. So I was like, okay, this seems pretty good. Like, nobody's just gonna be here for a strict cameo fest, So
right,
that's good to hear.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what the Russo brothers do best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really putting any stock into a character like Joaquin just throw that out there because he's really just a background character, but that's really it.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, to the Russo, like, remember in Infinity War, like they even made the cape. Even Doctor Strange's cape got a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was doing something in that plot. So
the only person technically didn't get a good moment was Drax.
I think, no, I think the only person, I think a moment, even if it's not like a good moment, is fine. I think the one who really didn't get a moment was Mantis, like a moment that I can remember.
No, he put thing.
She what?
Yeah,
he put Thanos to sleep.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Drax was the one who got mad, gave up their position, almost got killed, and then we're just there for the combo attack.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I remember coming out in Infinity War, like looking at Mantis. I'm like, dang, you're a dark horse of a character, given how good you were fighting and holding your own, throughout the whole event.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, like to go back to what Austin was saying, like there has to be at least one character who's not going to get really their whole moment to shine. But
Well, it wasn't that
hey,
I didn't get a moment. It's that you just didn't get a good moment. You still got something to do.
okay, good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm sure they looked at all the lineups they had between every character and every actor that the MCU had put forth, and they're like, okay, they had to hand select each character to be in this movie for a specific reason, you know. So good for them. Hopefully, it'll all work out at the end, you know. So yeah.
Mm.
You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
Okay. This is just good news, audience. So, all right then. With
I
that,
got.
we can move on.
I'll take it from here. All right. So I got a whole thing for it. 2 months ago, STARS agents Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine investigated the Spencer Mansion to uncover a corporate conspiracy orchestrated by the nefarious Umbrella Corporation. They managed to escape a horrific zombie outbreak and ultimately destroyed the mansion, dedicating their lives to exposing the truth behind the sinister company. But time has run out. Chris has gone missing, and Umbrella is up to their old tricks. This time with a virus more sinister and deadlier than ever before, the G virus. Now, Jill Valentine, along with two new survivors, must escape the nightmare as their home becomes transformed into a true residence of evil. This is the Raccoon City Saga, which I played this week, so I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was playing. So I played the original Resident Evil, not that remake shit. Okay, I played the real
Yeah.
Resident Evil. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny about this is that originally I bought this and I bought like the third one, right? Because I wanted to get the experience of, like fighting Nemesis or whatever. Because everybody was like, "Oh my god, Nemesis is the greatest chaser of all time." And then I was watching a video and I found out that like apparently Capcom has no regard for the original versions of Resident Evil. Like someone had to buy the rights to put it on like the PlayStation Store, basically,
Wow.
like the original ones.
Yeah,
Because
that
when they
sounds
made
about right, honestly.
yeah, because when they made the remakes, their reaction when someone asked them for like the originals, they already had the remakes, and they were like, "Why would anyone want to play the originals?" I was like, "Damn, that sucks. That sucks." So I went back and played it, and I played. So I started off with Resident Evil 3, which is Jill Valentine's story. This is her escaping from Raccoon City after the outbreak in 2, which she was not in. This was supposed to be a DLC, but they couldn't really attach it in time. So yeah, that's kind of what it was. Playing this game, you play as Jill Valentine. As I said, she's trying to escape the city. Apparently, she waited too long, and so now the city is like fully in like an outbreak mode. People are dying. Everything's falling apart. And to top it all off, there's this giant mutant guy named Nemesis chasing her all over the place. So the story really is about like her like trying to survive, basically. True Resident Evil, classic Resident Evil fashion. You have a fixed camera angle, so every couple feet you'll be like a new scene, and the camera is fixed to that scene, basically. You'll also have a limited inventory, so you'll be doing an inventory shuffle along the way. And then also I'm trying to think of anything else that I'm missing that might be unfamiliar. And also in this game you have choices. This is the first Resident Evil game where you have like actual choices to choose from. Basically anytime Nemesis shows up, there's usually a pivotal point in the story where they'll give you like a choice between how you want to engage, or depending on where you investigate first. All your choices are put together and they affect the ending. There's 4 different endings. I didn't get the canon one, unfortunately. I got like the second one that could have been canon. But I got a good ending. But it wasn't the most canon one. So playing the original Resident Evil, it's a weird experience because a lot of the stuff that's in this game we don't have anymore. Like no one does the fixed camera angle shit anymore. And a lot of the stuff, and now it's like over the shoulder third person and like the remakes and everything. But I gotta say, it took me a while to get used to it. I actually kind of like the fixed camera angle. I think it's really cool.
Okay.
I I think it, especially, and we'll get to when I get to 2. The fixed camera angle adds to the horror element. I feel being able to see things coming at me, like sometimes some of the jump scares happen not in a cutscene, but literally because something jumps off screen I'm not ready for, basically. And it also gives you that feeling, like, in the movies when you're watching a film and you're like, there's no way they didn't see that off corner. Now you're in the movie and now you can't see it off corner, so you get jump scared by the thing. I think that's pretty cool. Another thing I liked about Resident Evil is that this gave me a new appreciation for what it originally was. People like to say Resident Evil is a survival horror game, and it is. But I think above all else, the originals are actually just puzzle games. It's like,
yeah,
it's just a big puzzle game. You're given a puzzle board, and there's a bunch of pieces scattered around the city, and you have to figure out where each piece fits. And around a lot of this happening, you can't die, basically. So
I still remember those old school Resident Evil games, right? Like, growing up as a contractor myself, I'm like, oh my God, who the fuck did you get to design this place where, like, okay, you want to go through this hidden door, through this door, all right? You got to have these specific gold guns to be
Right.
put on these gun slots.
Right.
And that's how the door will open. Like, what?
Right.
I'd like to have a word with that contractor, how they were able to do that.
Yeah, and so but it's supposed to be more a puzzle game than a real. Now they're trying to keep it realistic, especially in Raccoon City. A lot of the puzzles make sense. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Some of them are like basically, hey, you need to hotwire this thing, so you need like a cable or like a wire to do that. You need a lockpick. One is a bit silly to open the mayor's. To open the mayor city hall or whatever, you need 2 gems to put into a slot so that the clock turns on and then opens the gate. I'm like, this is very excessive. Just open a fucking gate. But but another cool thing about the classic Resident Evils, I don't know if this is in the remake, but it's actually a fun feature. Enemies don't respawn in this game, right? Yeah. So the thing about this is, Resident Evil survival horror, you have a limited amount of resources. The idea is that you manage your resources so that you can survive the things that happen later. But there is also a benefit to just kind of clearing the room. When you clear an area, they don't respawn right away. They'll usually, in Resident Evil 3, they respawn after certain points in the story. So if you get lost and you're going back and forth between the same place and you're tired of dealing with the zombies, if you kill all the zombies in one area, you don't have to deal with them anymore when you walk back. So basically, it's like, are you going to trade your ammo for your safety? Or the ability to, go back and forth. For first-time players, this is very helpful. For me, I would clear out like key areas. Like if I knew I was coming to this area a lot to look for something, I would just clear out the area so I can keep going back and forth, basically. It's really fun. I actually did like that. And then, of course, the thing that made this game iconic to begin with is Nemesis. And listen, I get when you're a kid, Nemesis is scary. And even as an adult, he's scary at first because you're not expecting it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Over time, I just said, fuck this guy. Like, this dude's so fucking annoying. Wow. The first time I said fuck this dude was so he shows up after I save Carlos, and I go to this alleyway where there's a save slot. I pass. That's like the only save slot for a while. He chases me down the alleyway. I get around him. I get to the other side, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking at all the stuff in the area, and I'm like, fuck. I need to go to the item box to get this piece so I can finish this puzzle. The only item box I can get to is in that alleyway. The narrow alleyway where Nemesis covers most of it. I'm like, fuck this dude. So basically I try to get around him, but this dude has a rocket launcher, so you can't run from him that well. He also has he has hands, for instance. Like, he'll beat the shit out of you if you get close to him. And then if he grabs you twice in a row, you're dead. Also, if he grabs you and throws you to the ground, you're stun locked. So like, he's just kind of an asshole. So anyway, I finally figure out how to do it. I get to my save room, and I lock the door behind me. I'd get my stuff, but this dude's just waiting outside the save room, and he won't leave me alone. And the moment I leave, he's like on top of me. I'm like, fuck this guy. This leads to one of the greatest mechanics in this franchise.
Audience. Wow.
No, what's up? Oh, I was gonna say this leads to one of the. I was gonna say this leads to one of like the coolest mechanics of Resident Evil 3, the dodge. Okay, they never advertise this, but Jill has the ability to perfect parry enemy or perfectly dodge enemies, and if you do it well enough, she can even like roll into like a shot. Like, she could like shoot when she finishes rolling. And when you get really good at this, you start feeling like Goku in Dragon Ball Super. Okay. Okay. There's like moments where like Nemesis runs up on me and he keeps trying to swing on me, and once I learn how to dodge, I'll like perfectly dodge all his attacks like I'm in the fucking Matrix and shit. That shit was so fun. And then after that, if you learn to do this right, Nemesis stops being as much of a threat. Still a bit of a threat, but he is. I also played it kind of narratively speaking. So at first, every time I had a chance to fight Nemesis, I find a way to run away because you can avoid Nemesis for most of the game. Really, the only time you have to fight him is at the very end. Well, no, you have to fight him in the train, and then you have to fight him at the very end of the game, basically. But any other time you could dodge him. But at some point in the game, I played it at first I played it as if Joe was scared of him, and then halfway through, I was like, yeah, I was just like, you know what, fuck you. And then we just started having fight. Like every time he showed up, I started fighting this guy, basically. And then even in the story, there's some choices you make that make Nemesis seem kind of like a bitch. Like there's one time where he corners you on the fucking this rickety bridge. And your choice is either to like run or you could literally just push him off the bridge like a fucking cartoon character. All Jill does, she just two hand shoves this bitch off the fucking bridge. It's so fucking goofy. I'm like, yeah, this dude ain't shit. He's kind of weak. And then of course you have the final fight with him where Jill kills him in the most badass way possible. Like you kill him with this giant laser thing, then he tries to mutate, and you have the choice to spare Nemesis or kill him. If you choose the kill option, Jill just unloads she like one hand unloads the whole clip on him. she's like, stars, I'll make you see stars. Fucking kills that motherfucker. It was really cool. This game really made me respect Jill Valentine. I was like, yo, Jill, she's my Resident Evil character right now. I love this character. But
she's a fan favorite for a reason, you know.
Yeah, she's fucking badass. That said, Resident Evil 3, I really enjoyed it. But then I remember I watched a review of it and people said, you know what? Oh, 3's overhyped. It's a good game, but 2's better. I said, 2's better than 3. All right, let me go back.
Yeah.
Let me go back. So I went back to the original Resident Evil 2. Okay, the origins of the chosen one of Resident Evil, Leon S. Kennedy. Okay, and and Claire. The story for this one is that the outbreak has happened in the police department. Claire, she's looking for her brother Chris, who's went missing.
That's usually idiot.
Right, and then Leon's like, bro, it was my first day on the job. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So he's like, yo, I'm trying to get to orientation. And so there's
I want you to know. She went looking for her brother in Raccoon City. This man is on vacation.
Yeah. I played Resident Evil Veronica, so I know what Claire went through. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you find a note in both stories where like basically Chris like, yeah, I was like hunting down I was doing this whole thing, and now I'm in another country now. So bye. Don't tell Claire though. Don't tell Claire.
He just got done with Raccoon, like the mansion. He needed a break, bro. Half his crew died. He needed time.
Right. So basically, there's two stories, and the endings change depending on which story you play first.
Claire's the canon story.
Yes. So I did that. So I looked up what was the canon order. So I played Claire first. I'm not gonna lie to you, Claire's weapon set is fucking crazy. Okay, I played on hard mode, by the way, just so everybody knows. I played this one on hard. I played on the hardest difficulty. So Claire, her weapon, everyone gets a pistol, the basic pistol. Then Claire gets a bow gun, and she gets a grenade launcher, but the grenade launcher can load up different types of ammo, like fire ammo, acid ammo, and like one other ammo, like just basic grenade shits. And so I played conservatively because in Resident Evil 3, I realized I didn't put it on hard mode, and I realized, oh shit, I have to replay the game on hard just so I get the real experience. So at this one, I played hard from the start. So I played it conservatively throughout the game. And, like I did in Resident Evil 3, a lot of the first part of the game, I'm spending just kind of looking around. Because, again, it's a puzzle game. You look around for the puzzle pieces and you figure out where they go. And that was basically my first 2 hours.
Why is it in a police station?
What do you mean?
Why are puzzles in a police station? What the fuck were they doing?
Because it used to be a museum. And that museum had puzzles.
This is a very shitty police station then.
Well, they just put it on top of the museum, and then they just remodeled it.
Why did a museum shouldn't need puzzles?
Yeah, but it's a museum.
We were talking about
that explains anything. What museum does to make you solve puzzles to make you vivid?
Austin, we were talking about this earlier, man. I would really like to have a word with the contractors behind these buildings, man.
Until you play 7 and see the Bell mission, you do not understand how
that was 8. That was 8.
Oh, 8. Yeah. Because the fact you have to do this and enter this secret room. I mean, this lady does this crazy puzzle every time she wants to go in that room, which is very awesome.
It's true. 2 actually has weirder puzzles than 3. I think most of 3's puzzles can can be explained logically. I think the ones in 2 are more like, okay, like just to open the fucking door, I gotta find a gem and then put it in the statue and then wait for the statue to open and then let the key. Like, bro, there's a lot of maintenance for like no reason. But yeah, so Claire's campaign, I was having a lot of fun. I saved up all my ammo, and then I started appreciating, like, again, the trick where if you know you're gonna appear in a room multiple times, clear the room out so you don't have to worry about it to the next space. I will say though, Resident Evil 2 is a lot scarier than 3. I will say that. Not having Nemesis at first again is scary, but eventually it gets annoying for me.
Did you play 3 on hard? What difficulty you played 3 on?
I thought I was playing it on hard, and then I realized, like, I was looking up a guide, and I realized I had weapons that I shouldn't have, and then I realized it was on normal, so I played on like the normal difficulty on accident. So I didn't realize.
On hard in 3, he's chasing you through walls, and I don't mean in the sense of like, oh, he's just casually breaking walls and stopping and then turning to find you. He is full sprinting through the wall nonstop.
Okay,
because
I'm replaying 3 now on hard because I do want that experience. But yeah, so 2 I did play on hard though.
Okay.
So 2 is like great because I don't need like a super boss. All the zombies just scare the shit. I think there's like so many times I got fucking jump scared just walking around. The lickers in this game fucking terrifying. Every time a liquor showed up, especially in Leon's campaign, a liquor showed up, I was like, oh god damn, bro. Like I was like, that shit was freaky. And I will say, like, so 2 is a lot scarier with the zombie presentation and the camera angles. Really mastered all that in 2. I think 3 is fun, but it's just not scary. So Claire, so also we're playing 2. This is also where I'm gonna have a complaint. Every time we reboot a Resident Evil movie, I'm gonna have this complaint with 2 and 3. Anytime they adapt this story, there is no reason in hell Resident Evil is this hard to adapt because 2 is already a movie story anyway. Like 2 has enough characters to just be a movie. Like you just take the cutscenes and put it on screen, and that's the movie. That's all it is. There's enough side characters. There's an A and a B plot. There's a conspiracy at the end. Like,
to be fair, the original guy adapted them outside the first one didn't care to even try to really adapt them. He's like, oh, I'll use the characters, but I'm not doing the plot. And then the one that tried to adapt them said, oh, I'm gonna do mix 1, 2, and 3 all together for some reason.
Right. I think 3 would have to be shorter. I think 3 would be a shorter movie, so you have to like maybe add a little bit more. But 2 is already like a movie. There's no reason for it to be this hard to adapt. Anyway,
I think you do. I think you do like 2 first, and then you do 1, and then tack 3 onto 1, and just be the continuation of Jill's story.
Yeah, because I think if you go from 1 to 3, it actually is better for Jill. I will say, so Claire's story is really fun. Claire's story is about her. She explores the police station and she finds this girl named Sherry Birkins. There is also cool moments, because this already is written like a movie, so it's weird that
the little girl has the greatest plot one of all time. It's very absurd.
Yes. So there's moments where you actually get to play as Sherry, which was also scary because Sherry can't fight. So I was actually more terrified. I was like, oh god, this is fucking stressful.
And this is the first ever play
in the remake too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, also keep in mind, audience, she later on gets a healing factor. So,
There's also about it that 3 just kind of reused the plot beat from 2, where like halfway through the game, Sherry gets affected. So?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was saying that
my phone keeps overheating, man.
That's fine. That's fair. Sherry basically gets infected, and then you have to find a cure for Sherry, and then the same thing happens in 3 with Jill. So I was like, oh, that's kind of reusing a plot, but whatever. Speaking of reusing plots, and I'll get more into it in Leon's story. Devil May Cry 1, a game I played, copied a lot of the skeleton from Resident Evil 2. I think it's kind of crazy. Even the final boss is just from Resident Evil 2. So
to be fair, Resident Evil Devil May Cry 1 was the skeleton for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Resident. It was supposed to be in like the earliest draft. It was supposed to be what Dante was supposed to be, what Leon was supposed to be, which is why Leon cracking jokes and shit in that game.
Yeah.
But but you clearly see they pivoted to something else, and they said, "I guess we'll just rip off one," which is very funny.
Yeah. But if you're conservative about your ammo with Claire's story and you know where you're going and and you clear out the rooms appropriately, Claire's story isn't really that bad. You get to the bosses. Another thing,
zombies don't regen, right?
No, not in 2. Like they'll replace them with more zombies later, but it's like in terms of like the acts. So like Act 1, you clear a room, that's it, till like Act 2, and then they'll replace it with other things. Yeah, and then also you have the ability to limit how many zombies there are if you do an optional puzzle with the cable thing too. So Yeah, so that's also a thing you could do. But yeah, so it's not hard, especially if you conserve your ammo appropriately. There's not that many boss fights in Resident Evil, which is weird because I feel like in 2 they keep setting up bosses. Like I'm following plot beats where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a boss fight, and then I walk in the room, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, no one's gonna
that
show
was
up.
my
Okay.
problem with the police station museum setup. Because there are a
Yeah,
lot of rooms that are just strange and have no reason to have puzzles and be big as they are without a
right.
boss in them. That doesn't really
Yeah,
make sense.
yeah, and the reason it throws me off is too because I'll go to like a whole room with all my fucking gear ready to fight, and then a boss doesn't show up, and then I have to solve a puzzle, but I have to pick up a piece I can't pick up because my item inventory is full. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go all the way back to
Yeah.
get the shit. I was like, that should piss me off. That shit was aggravating me, especially in the lab level, because the labs, the spaces are the chests are too are far in between. So like every time this happened, I was like, fuck, I gotta go this is 10 minutes of my fucking time. Anyways, I beat Claire's campaign with like a B. And then I was like, okay, now it's time for Leon's story. Leon's story is fucking hell, okay? Leon's
Yeah.
campaign
Uh-oh.
is fucking hard as shit.
Unlike Sherry, Leon is actual trained officer to a degree. So they wanted to make his storyline a little bit harder than hers, who was just a chick coming in to try to find her brother and then get
Right.
wrapped in something else.
You have to, so his super weapon, and also like Claire gets an easier super. Claire gets a fucking laser gun. If you find it's on the ground too. I mean, both their super weapons are on the ground, but if you find it in the lab level, it's like this laser gun that like shoots beams of energy and stuff.
She has a
Leon's is a
blast gun from Warhammer Cryptic.
yes. Leon's gets a flamethrower in comparison. That doesn't have much
Yeah,
range.
they changed it to a minigun in the remake.
Yeah. So Leon starts. So I tried to play it like Claire's. I mean, obviously there's differences because Leon has to come in from a different part of the building. The items are a bit switched up, and so I kind of had to reorient myself around the map because I got used to running a certain way. But I think what was more frustrating was I played it like Claire's because I was like, okay, I'll just do the same thing I did before. He doesn't get that much shotgun ammo basically because instead of a grenade cannon, he gets a shotgun. But they don't litter it with ammo like in Claire's shit. So I was like, so when I ran out of shotgun ammo, I'm like, oh, I'll find more. And I was like, any second now? Any second. I was like, oh, I'm not getting any more. This is it. And this was harder because there was more liquors in this playthrough. There wasn't Claire's.
Give them better names, man.
Yeah, Leon's story is that he's trying to investigate the place and he runs into Ada Wong. Oh my god, the Rouge the Bad of the series. I actually do like the relationship. And they even acknowledge we don't know each other that long. It's played up as more of like a fling between these two. So like they openly acknowledge like we just falling in love because of the situation we're in.
They're the only couple in Resident Evil to canonically have had sex.
Yes. So yeah. And I like Ada's.
Keep this in mind, audience. When as far as you're aware, you're the only two survivors left in this whole area, and tomorrow's never guaranteed. I mean,
It
tomorrow
wasn't
you guys
this game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was in like the later thing, yeah.
In one of the movies right before 6, Ada just straight up says they been seeing each other off screen.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I like Ada in this story. She's the femme fatale, but she reminds me, and Cryptid, you're gonna laugh at this. She does remind me of Black Arachnia from Beast Wars.
Oh boy.
It's like she's like playing this guy, and then she's like, actually, he is kind of cute. I do like the kind of like noble guy. So I found that pretty cool. And that's
why I don't think she would like Leon, how the person he became later. To be honest,
yeah, because she likes him because he's like the noble heart.
He's naive, noble, wants to do the right thing, and then later he's just like a sarcastic drunk.
Right. She also has the funniest cutscene ever where she's fighting Sherry's mom, and they're fighting over a gun, and at some point, because they don't have the graphics to do a punch, she smacks the shit out of Sherry's mom so hard she falls over the fucking rail. She's like, ah! She like falls to her death. It's hilarious to watch. Also, because this is the second playthrough, to make it harder, they introduced a new character named Mr. X. Well, that's not his name, but that's what fans call him. But that is
Tyrant.
Yes. And so Mr. X is pathetic. And to show this, because I have no way to put this in words, I brought a clip from my PlayStation to show you guys how stupid this guy was. I remember, so he shows up, like I'm looking for like this one puzzle piece. And I'm doing the puzzle because I did in Sherry's playthrough. I know what it is. And then and that is
Wow.
that is every
You're kind
interaction
of
I
being
have
an
with
asshole, Tom, to be honest. You didn't give him a chance to talk to you.
that's like
You're
every
not
interaction.
playing fair.
Chat. That's fucking wild.
I'm walking. I'm literally walking. These
You're
guys.
not playing. You're not playing fair. Okay.
You know what? You know what? In fact, he cheats because he knows he sucks, so he always corners me in like narrow hallways. After that moment, he always comes out a narrow hallway. That shit was pissing me off. The only way you can get around Nemesis, Mr. X, when he's chasing you, is you have to let him punch you once and then just walk around him, and he's fine. So, but yeah, Mr. X is kind of a boring character. At least the first 4 times you run into him, and then he becomes the hardest fight in the game. At the very end of Leon's story, because he can actually has actual attacks that can hurt you.
There's a mod where every time he shows up, it starts playing XCOM, give it to you, and it's very
and
funny.
the remake, yeah.
You can find it in the original too. Oh, people got it in the original version.
That's like funny. Yeah, but he never gives it to me in the original. All right, he only does it in the remake.
That's your problem. You got to play fair.
I walked. What do you want me to do?
Walk up to him, give him a hug every now and then. Make it interesting.
Yeah. So Mr. X I kind of sometimes forgot he was even there. Leon's story again, it's fun. It's just more hard. It's more difficult, especially when we get to the lab area. And if you don't know where you're going, it's really a war of attrition. I also say Leon's story is such like a bitch to do second because so basically I fought Mr. X the last time and I didn't think he was gonna be so strong. So I brought all my ammo to fight him and I used up all of it, right? Just to take him down until like Ada gave me the missile launcher to kill him. I go to the train. Ada's like, I know. We go to the train with Claire. And we're like, yeah, we did it, but it's not over yet.
Jake,
what's up?
You know, there's times like he was chasing you, like you just showed.
Yeah.
If you do shoot him enough to take him down, he would have gave you shotgun ammo.
Oh, but I didn't have any shotgun ammo, so that would have taken a long time. That would take a long time.
Yeah, but that's how you farm it.
Yeah. So Claire and Sherry are saved, and Leon's like, you know what? We gotta stop Umbrella. And then like they start the trade, and then they do like an optional boss. I'm like, what? They do a final boss, like a final boss. I'm like, what the fuck? I go to the back of the train, and then like this fucking wall of I don't know if it's supposed to be X or if it's supposed to be Sherry's dad or like a fusion or whatever. It's this wall of flesh that stops you from getting to the item box. This pissed me off because all my ammo was gone at this point, and there was no way to go back. The only way to get your ammo back is to go back before you fight Mr. X. Even before that point,
that was Burton.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that was Bert. Okay. Because I had one rocket launcher, and I was like, okay, fuck, I'll use my rocket launcher. But I used that, didn't kill him. I was like, okay, fuck. I have like 2 bullets left of my Magnum, did not kill him. I didn't have my I didn't have a knife or my pistol, so I couldn't wear him down. I was like, I'm just fucked. I just can't do it. So I thought this was fucking bullshit and cheating, but whatever. So I finally go back, get the shit, kill him, and then they do the whole ending where it's like, it's not over yet. We gotta take down Umbrella, and I have to find my brother. And then this like fucking badass rock instrumental happens. That's fucking cool.
Anyway. Better brother's dead.
He's not. He's just always gonna be missing when Claire needs him for something. So
Yeah.
He wants to be dead. That's why he always avoids her.
There was a story about that where he's like, I wish I was dead right now. So
Me.
Anyway, that was the Raccoon City Saga Resident Evil. I think it's really fun.
I want to add on to Jake's thing about the game because I played both remakes. Compared to Jill and Nemesis in the original, the remake is terrible. Jill's whole personality changed. She's just sad and mad the whole game. In the remake of 3, Nemesis is literally just cutscenes basically, and then fight. He doesn't chase you throughout the game. You also don't get to explore the city of Raccoon City, which is the biggest place, the biggest plot point of the whole franchise.
Right.
Yeah.
In the original, you get to walk around the city. You run into people trying to save them. You hear people yelling, and you come across them just being killed. In the remake, you're like, well, you're in the city. You met a guy. He died immediately, and you just get into a building.
Yeah.
So it's a very piss poor remake of that game, in my opinion. 2 is okay. I think 2 did a little better with Leon's story. And him and Ada, they didn't fix the problem of Ada falling 200 feet and then just surviving somehow.
I think it's worse.
That's just called pure spite.
Do you remember how Ada originally, like, quote unquote, died? And
yeah, that was talking about.
No. And what happened in 2 was that they're fighting Mr. X, and he grabs her, picks her up and throws her so hard into a console. The console breaks and explodes. And I was like,
She gets up.
yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? And she's like bleeding. She's bleeding so hard. I'm like, this should have killed you. You should not be alive.
It happened in the remake too, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's very weird how they handle it. I do think Sherry and the girl, Sherry and Claire. I said the girl thinking of Sherry. Their story gets a little bit added more in the remake because people don't know there's a guy who's I think he's the chief police who's chasing them around the whole game.
Yeah, they don't go much into it, and they don't even imply that he's doing
in
that.
2 he didn't really have a presence that much. He shows up like twice, I think. In the remake, he does get a lot more, and a lot more reactions. Like I don't know, you saw that scene. He was showing them the dead body on the table. And they didn't care.
They show that. Yeah.
In the remake, they finally care, but I think it improves their story. I think 2 is a good remake of 2, but 3 is a bad remake of 3.
Yeah. And I think that's what I want to get to this because I'll see one here. Like Capcom was shocked that people even wanted the originals still, but I like the originals because I do like. I think Resident Evil works better when
the
it is
original feels more authentic to what they're trying to be than the remakes do. The remakes feel like a modern game compared to them trying to be the action movie or they're trying to do at the time.
Yeah, and I feel like the originals also like that cheesy aesthetic, but also like the horror behind it. It works really well. Like it doesn't really conflict. The tones mesh really well. And I do kind of work because 9 confirms that the remakes are canon now. So everything going forward is just based off the remakes and what they say. So when they remake 5, they're probably gonna read. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, there's like because when Leon remembers Raccoon City, he remembers a scene exclusively from the remake. So going forward, like so when they remake 5, inevitably that's probably when
a lot of people's problem with 9 is gonna be fixed with the remake of 5.
Yeah,
have better setup for the guy being a twist villain. Well, a nicer person.
Yeah, but I don't really like that because I mean, not that I just like the original thing. I just like that it can evolve over time.
I'll just make it 2 separate timelines. You shouldn't have to rewrite the whole thing if you need to.
Right.
But if you like the old, doesn't matter anymore at all. You really shouldn't even play them. To be honest, it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, So someone tried to. The other reason we even got the originals wasn't because of Capcom. It was because someone bought the ability to put it on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
So that's good on them because these games are really fun. I highly recommend replay. I think they're still.
You can buy all of them for $10. They're all $10 each.
Yeah, you can play the original trilogy, and then I think you get 0.
Wait, how many of these were uploaded to the PlayStation Store?
It's like all 4. It's like the original 4.
The first 4.
So that's like $40.
Veronica.
That's not that bad for 4 games.
Yeah, I think Resident
Evil Revelations on there too.
Isn't 0 on PlayStation Store too?
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about 0.
A lot of people think it's like okay for my cousin sisters, but yeah, Resident Evil Raccoon City Saga, it holds up. I highly recommend playing that. I mean, you can play the remakes, but I recommend playing this. I think it's also a good experience as well. So
yeah, I'll say you should play these first, and then when the remakes get cheaper, get them.
What Capcom should do is if they want to really justify having a high price, they should do the remakes and then have like the originals attached to them. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But that's Raccoon City.
But all right then, audience.
Dante was in Raccoon City. It's technically canon.
That's true.
And when there's a version of the Raccoon Resident Evil 2 where Dante shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on, guys.
I guess
that
that
they
you
can
should
go to
move on to the next topic.
It does very much lead.
Gotcha. So anyway, also you want to do the honors of this one?
Yeah, let me do it. TomBrevort says that angry fans are good fans because that shows that they care. And the Twitter erupted and said, no, that just shows that we should leave the product. Which is why Marvel sales are really bad right now.
Okay, here, can I have a hot take? Can I have a take about this?
Yo, say it.
Okay. The fans' outrages goes one of 2 ways. Okay, there is the genuine outrage over something that happened, and then there is the rage bait people. We should just ignore the rage bait people because they are actively harming the community and the fandom at large. And it's not just for Marvel, it's fandom in general. As someone who's been in fandom for about a decade or so now, we need to like just leave those fans, those quote unquote fans, in the dust. All they do is just rage bait and also get pissy over stuff that is not that big of a deal.
Well, I do agree. I agree 100%.
This is about
but we also need to take the genuine outrage into effect as well, so that these people know what to do to be better, I guess you could say, unless they don't plan on being better, then that's a whole different fucking story.
That's the point. That's what he's saying. He doesn't care about why you're mad, but as long as you're mad, that means you're invested.
Some people should not even be considered fans at this point.
We agree. Like we agree with the whole the grifter stuff, but the problem is that Marvel is also adding on to it, right? Like Marvel's thing is that they want you to be mad because they think it's gonna get sales.
Which is that's not how that fucking works.
Right.
Tom and Dan Slott are on record saying, if I write a book, I'm intentionally going to do stuff to make you mad because it shows that you care.
Well, but to be fair, like he said that a lot of times. He said that at times when he was writing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man doesn't really drop in sales that much, you know.
Spider-Man is not in the top 20.
People got mad over a gay Klingon, dude. People will get mad over anything at this point.
Which I still say, gay Klingon makes sense to me. I don't think.
No, that motherfucker has 2 dads, dude.
Right. That's fine.
Anyways, go watch Starfleet Academy. It's really good.
Wow, don't do that. Anyway,
I'm doing that.
About TomBrevort, and the topic is actually about. People don't know. Here's the reason X-Men is in the weird position they're in right now. He went from being ahead of helping Spider-Man and stuff, people, which is why Spider-Man's in a really bad place, to being over X-Men and X-Men editorial. And he just, people don't know, there are always like 10 X-Men books.
Yeah.
For some reason. Because this franchise is too fucking big. There's always like 10 X-Men books. And so far, I think people only like 1 out of 9. Like 1 out of 10 so far. Because each other one is doing stuff that actually makes people mad. Or are choices they know fans do not like. And he's saying that is good and that he doesn't care. As long as the fans are showing that they care through their anger, basically.
Yeah, but you don't want to make them too angry. You don't want to make the fans too angry that they just stop consuming the work altogether.
That's what I'm getting to. The problem is because what DC's doing so well with the absolute stuff and all their brand new number ones and stuff. Marvel has 1 book in the top 20.
Damn.
For the last 6 months. Which book is that? And it's not even Spider-Man. It was the One World Under Doom issue.
Oh wow!
So I'm saying there was no modern book and modern title because anybody who's getting mad over X-Men over Spider-Man, they just left to try something new because DC restarted at the right time.
Wasn't the top 10
vertical line is going? I think it might be going well. I don't know, but Bleeding Hearts is good.
Wasn't like last year like their top 10 selling comics of 2025, right? There wasn't
all DC.
There wasn't a single Marvel exclusive.
The only Marvel book with the Marvel DC crossover.
Yeah, and I don't even want to count that because again, that's not a Marvel exclusive book. You know?
I think the whole mindset they have is outdated. A lot of times when you do these shock stunts, they may work for a while, but over time you get desensitized to it. And so I might be angry about this, but at some point I'm just I don't care anymore.
It's like the Venom thing. People don't know. Like the Venom, people read Venom religiously or dropping their book because they don't like Mary Jane's Venom. Because beforehand, it was not a great narrative reason to have it, and so far, all it's done is making a secondary book to Spider-Man. Venom's not doing his own thing. Everything comes back to Peter Parker. So,
and I think Marvel canceling the Ultimate line was a really bad decision, in my opinion. Especially since the Absolute Universe is doing as well as it did.
Well, that's ironic. That's ironic because I know the Absolute Universe was done in response to the Ultimate Universe, but it's kind of weird to see that the Absolute Universe is more of a successful branch than the Ultimates.
It's because Marvel's monthly. A lot of DC books are weekly, or they migrate in such a way you don't feel the absence of them compared to like Ultimate Spider-Man waiting a month for him to skip 3 months in the book for some reason.
And it's also that in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's the Absolute Universe just comes across as more exciting than Ultimate.
It's a universe. Well, I disagree.
I haven't read any of the Absolute books, so I can't really have an opinion on that.
It's mainly because DC was willing to take more chances.
That's
So for
how
the
they.
Spider-Man,
God.
for the Spider-Man book, the thing you sold it on was just Peter and MJ being together, and then you didn't even really do that. You didn't do it that well. They're husband and wife, but she's not MJ, to be honest.
No.
I'm
And
just
One
then
of
trying
the
to.
best
Wolverine,
books
your big
that came
twist
out of the
Wolverine was that,
Ultimate
he's gonna
Universe
be
was
Winter
Ultimate
Soldier. He
X-Men.
stopped being Winter Soldier in like one issue.
Which you were talking about Ultimate X-Men? I heard you in the background. What were you saying?
Yeah, like one of the better books in the Ultimate Universe was Ultimate X-Men.
Yeah,
It's the
Because they
only one
did
that took
something
risk.
fucking different for once.
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Like,
I
it's not a book that
don't-
I would read, but it can build a fan base because it took more risk with the brand. You know, so it has
Well,
like the same thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that because Marvel had to make the Ultimate Wolverine book, which was basically giving the poster characters of the X-Men lineup into that book. You
Well, guess
know?
what? Most of them were
Yeah.
dead in that book anyway.
Yeah,
So it
most of them
didn't
were
fucking
dead, and
matter.
it was just Wolverine. The whole point of the book you were selling on was him being Winter Soldier. He stopped being Winter Soldier in one issue, and then he just went to regular X-Men stuff that people didn't want to read.
Well, there's also
I
the
dropped
thing
that.
I keep. There's also the thing I keep seeing, and you know, I'm not. Again, you have to tell me about the finer details, but it feels like with again, Absolute is doing something completely different with each and
Yeah.
every character. And
Mhm.
Ultimate, they're doing something different, but it also like you have things like Wolverine, where it's like, because to Witcher's point, Ultimate X-Men is something completely different, right? Like it is X-Men, but it's different. And when you look at Wolverine, it's like, oh well, you know, I've
That
seen this
is-
shit before.
okay, here's
This
the
is
thing
just
about
Wolverine
Ultimate
and X-Men.
Wolverine.
Right.
Here's my take about Ultimate Wolverine, and other people will agree with me on that. I feel like Ultimate Wolverine was only made to make the grifter, whiny, bitch ass Wolverine stance to shut the fuck up. And so they're claiming that that's the real Ultimate X-Men book, while the Ultimate X-Men book is like a New Mutants book. And I'm like, no, Ultimate Wolverine is just a Wolverine story set in a different fucking universe, and he has a different outfit this time.
Yeah, I think
That book was. They could have done something really good with that book, but they didn't fucking do it, and I'm just disappointed.
Well, I think the issue is just more like it's not really like a reboot. Like again, Ultimate X-Men is fine because again, it's a whole new thing people can gravitate for. Don't need any history, but a lot of the stuff that you read with like again Wolverine, with all the classic X-Men stuff, you know, it might be remixed, but you know, you've seen an alternate universe X-Men story
Yeah.
before.
Black Panther was just Black Panther.
But yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say yeah.
So it was like
Here's the question,
it just wasn't
guys.
as exciting. The Maker stuff was good, and then Dennis Camp kind of killed it with his build up and run. People, there are people like his Cap and stuff, but his Cap and stuff is not that great.
No.
His America Chavez, people care about her, but she's not a major player for people. Hank and Wasp, people like Wasp, people don't like Hank.
Right.
You know what I
Here's the
mean?
question.
I think one of the better characters that appeared in the Ultimate book was Hawkeye. Was Charlie? People like
for
Charlie.
I like his design. I
me,
don't
it
know
was
anything about
Doom. Their best two issues were the two issues focused solely on Doom.
him.
Yep. Here's a question, guys. Like, when it comes to the Absolute Universe, has there ever been a character that was being used or handled that had any really big controversy to them? Like, you know, that
Nothing that would make the surface, but
The
you know, there are
closest
people.
you'll get will be Ra's al Ghul technically, but that's about it.
Okay.
Superman was the only one I was hearing complaints about. I think people are okay with him now, though.
People were complaining
like-
about it just because it was
Yeah.
it was more because it just wasn't as interesting as Wonder Woman the Batman was. It wasn't because it was a bad book.
Right.
And then that book did pick up, like you said.
Yeah, because I'd like to bring a lot of point of views from like a consumer standpoint on these. You know, someone who just goes to a comic book store every Wednesday, right? You know, when it came to like the Ultimate lineup, you all know how I feel about certain writer handling a certain character and their mythos and that stuff. But I'm looking at the Absolute lineup as well, and I just can't see any. I don't really see people complaining at all about the way characters were being handled or being.
Yeah, there's no character not treated with respect in the Absolute Universe. While they might while they might be drastically changed, like in terms of like Harley and stuff, you can clearly see the writer still has a plan and cares about this character.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she's not the opposite of what she was, just to be the opposite of what she was.
Right.
Like how Dennis Camp did with a lot of people.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
And also like the flagship books, which again I would say is absolutely bad. I mean, I love Wonder Woman more, but people love Batman. And I gotta say, like, at least Batman's doing everything with its premise. I feel like again with Ultimate Spider-Man is the flagship, but even that one I was like, that was kind of like a ugh.
The main reason Ultimate also closed was because the only person who kept having ideas on how to keep it going was Dennis Camp. No other writer really seemed to invested in the universe based on what they've been saying. Chip Zdarsky didn't want to be in it. He didn't want to do Spider-Man. And he told, he's doing Cap. The main guy who created it did not want to be in it at all.
Wow. The stars aligned.
Remember,
the stars aligned.
I feel like they shouldn't. I feel like they shouldn't have called it the Ultimate Universe in the first place, in my opinion, because people have a really weird relationship with 1610. Do you think calling 6160 the new Ultimate Universe is really going to help your case, knowing everything that's happened in the original?
Yeah.
I feel like I think for sales it would, but I feel like
it was only named that for sales, but at the same time it's like
it's an IP. Like
I think my thing is more like it's, and this is just me. I think the whole thing with like the whole this is just a universe, but like we delayed everybody who would get their powers. I think that also kind of is a bit weird of a pitch for a lot of people. That's kind of where it's weird. Original Ultimate Universe is a reboot.
It is a reboot, yeah.
Yeah, and you get Spider-Man, you jump on board. Spider-Man is Spider-Man. There is no cosmic thing tied to him.
The point of the original Ultimates was to set up like all the established heroes being brought into a more modern setting.
Right.
Or their creations being made in a more modern setting.
Right. And when I look at this one, it's like I don't get that.
That's what Dennis Camp did, though.
Say it again?
That's what Dennis Camp did, though.
I feel that's what they were trying to do, but I don't get. Like I look at the event.
He's actively saying he wrote this universe, and how you write it is because that's how you see America today, which is why he wrote Cap the way it is. That's the
which is ironic because like America doesn't exist in the Ultimate Universe in this.
No, I think that that might be how he wrote it. I think my issue more with it is more like, and I lost a little bit of my train of thought here. But I think my more issue with it is that it feels like just another story. Like it doesn't feel like an actual revamp. It feels like just like, oh, there's another alternate universe story.
Yeah.
For lack of a better way to explain it, I guess.
Yeah, no, we understand.
No, what do you mean? Because I don't agree with that. What do you mean?
I when I look at these stories, except for like, I guess X-Men. Yeah, except for like X-Men. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like I don't feel the confidence of like the original Ultimate Universe for me, or even the Absolute Universe for me. It just kind of feels like
I don't think the original was confident at all based on the choices they made.
Well, yeah, I don't think Avengers was confident, but I think like I don't know. Like I read Spider-Man, it feels like fresh, different.
They weren't confident. None of the writers really fully invested.
I read. Well, I'm saying like I read Spider-Man when I was a kid. It felt fresh, different. Same with X-Men, at least from what I was reading at the time. It felt fresh, different. I feel like when I tried the other books, except for Ultimate Spider-Man when it started, a lot of these just felt like, oh, I mean, I've seen this before. It's kind of just another story in another universe, I guess. It doesn't.
The original universe, to be honest.
So you prefer this over the original universe?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. Yeah, I don't think original. I ain't like Ultimate X-Men, the original.
Yeah,
the Ultimate
you know me.
I have a love-hate relationship with that book.
This one.
Before.
And I did like Ultimate Fantastic Four.
Audience, I damn well appreciate the original Ultimate Universe in this one. So yeah, I'm just going to be one of the people who says.
I don't know. I prefer the Black Panther and stuff from here, where that stuff. But when it came to Ultimate X-Men, it was the same melodrama soap opera shit that I already didn't like about X-Men.
Right. I guess maybe when I was a kid, it just also
just with shittier costumes.
Audience, I will admit a little bit biasness in my department when it came to the original Ultimates, since Capt America was kind of the super soldier thing was a big staple of that whole universe,
I also did remember
all the mutants being created because of the super soldier serum. After all,
I don't know like that, but I do know that one of the things I did like too, and only up to where I read it, I didn't get to the part where like he turns evil. I did like the original Fantastic Four in Ultimate Universe. I think
that was the best part of the universe for me. I liked it a lot better than a lot of the choices of Spider-Man. The return is very much like set up pretty well.
Gotcha. It's great that you should bring up that point about character turning evil, Jay, because I think in this interview with TomBrevort, right, he did state the point where he kind of felt like they did kind of push the buttons a little too far was when Captain America became Hydra, because that was like a whole shitstorm of a year. That was a PR nightmare for Marvel at that time, audience.
I disagree,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I think that's
the
fine.
book
It was
was good.
overreacted.
I think the book was good until you can clearly see where they made Nick Spencer change his whole plan.
Right.
Because the whole way he like Captain America was changed like between issues for some reason.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not disavowing like the story was good.
It was a bad move, but I do think the story was worth it if it was the original story that we did set up.
Yeah.
It was a really great story, audience. I'll say that as Captain America, man. But looking back, like what's been like almost a decade later, seeing how things really settled with that event and what came afterwards, like yeah, that might be a dark cloud in Marvel's.
And it couldn't. And maybe it was
the worst thing.
And maybe it was the online messaging, because I know grifters are like all over this, but like it was also, I think people just couldn't wrap their heads around like what was happening with Cap, because people were like, oh, they made it like Captain America has always been an evil person. I'm like, well, no, it's just like he rewrote reality.
You could grab the cube and changed it.
The amount of times I kept hearing people like say that it was like, oh no, the Marvel retconned it. Now he was always a villain. I'm like, I don't think that was true. That doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Red Bull used a cosmic cube, so the way to fix it would just be get the cosmic cube and undo it. That really all would have been.
Right.
Yeah. And notice, audience, we haven't seen the cosmic
for a while now.
Notice we haven't seen the cosmic cube in a long while, audience, and I think there's a reason for it.
Jonathan Hickman Spider-Man book.
John Hickman's Spider-Man book? Wait, in the Ultimate Universe.
What the fuck was called? I showed you the picture.
Oh, yeah, you tell me.
But I think at the end of the day, like if I was to say my last point on this before I was good to go. The whole notion that like you're showing fans care, I mean, like objectively, it's true they care. They're angry because they care, but that doesn't translate to like a good story. Like your goal shouldn't be like, let me piss somebody off. They're here to see the next great chapter, not to see how you can piss them off this week. So like, you know what I mean? It's like this not be your target goal.
Imagine you being a restaurant owner, right? And you're delighted that the health inspector and your customers are telling you how shitty your food is being, how it's being prepared, how it's being served. But you're looking at that as like, yay, they're talking about it. Like,
right.
Yeah, explain me the difference in that symbolism, audience. Like, you know,
I don't think he realized for the first time in like since they got bankrupt, Marvel was like actually fully behind DC and everything. Like, it does not make sense.
Honestly, audience,
I blame Disney. People are consistently liking it Hulk right now.
Right.
Anyways, let's move on, guys.
I want to bring up another point too.
I
right?
thought you guys wanted to talk about One Piece, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, but let's bring up this point, right? I would really like to see what the sales numbers will be of their books if they don't include variant covers these days, audience. You know, because this was part of something TomBrevort even stated. Yeah, variant covers. It's here. It's part of the landscape now. It is what it is. You know. So, yeah. But anyway, that's really just what I want to add. You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No, let's move on.
Gotcha.
Down with the Ultimates, long live the Ultimates, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimate X-Men. We're getting a new Wiccan and Hulkling book. I don't know what. Apparently, it's something with Ultron, and Tommy is still in the same fucking uniform he's had since 2006. Give him a new costume, Jesus Christ!
Oh.
Give him a new costume.
I would say that. Look, I would say that Tommy, since you have a sibling that's literal royalty right now, you don't really have an excuse for why you don't get a new
they're not
wardrobe.
royalty anymore.
They're not royalty anymore, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to say. But then, since Wiccan is no longer royalty, yikes. So, yeah, no funds for you at this point. So,
what funds? Tommy still had the same fucking costume since 2006. It has been 20 years. You can give him a new costume, dude. It's fine. I will design Tommy's new costume at this point.
I just want to stop giving Quicksilver and Quicksilver-related people the green outfit because it looks stupid when they run.
I don't mind the green. I don't mind the green. I just want a different fucking outfit for him because all other speedsters get new outfits besides him.
The green was bad on Quicksilver. I say it's bad on Tommy. You leave a silver streak, change the color to something more appealing with silver.
Regardless, we're not. This is not a topic about Tommy. This is a topic about Wiccan and Hulkling. We'll never get a Tommy book, guys. Sorry about that. It's just
So
it's
yeah,
just what it is.
So yeah, for whatever reason, they're going up against Ultron, which
shouldn't be that fucking difficult because it's like you guys went up against Kang when you guys were teenagers.
I ain't gonna lie, Ultron's kind of like a lot. They came.
Well, this would kind of depend on what the fallout of the
like he's like really fucked up.
Yeah, this is also going to depend on what the fallout of that Wiccan book is going to be. Like, is Wiccan going to be at full strength at this point? Given where he's at, I don't know.
I don't fucking know, man.
Ultron has an army of human robot people as well.
Keep in mind, Billy has been through a lot of shit in his career alone. So, like, I think they might be fine. I'm assuming this is a one shot for Pride this year.
Most likely, so.
I didn't know the one shot for Pride.
Into Pride or whatever his fair this month. You got to stop, bro. If you only,
I just want a fucking North Star story, dude. Is that a crime?
Apparently, it is in today's age.
But I'm still gonna read it because the Wiccan book has not been disappointing me right now. So,
would you be mad if North Star joined the X-Men team since they're already doing 10 books anyway?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad, but knowing what has happened, in like the last Alpha Flight book, I think he might be under the radar, right now.
X-Men would protect him.
Maybe.
How
depending.
long does
well,
this,
I don't know. I have an idea for a couple of my own books regarding Alpha Flight characters, but they're not going to want to listen to me. So,
Which, how long ago was that Alpha Flight book you're talking about?
2023.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
We've seen them here and there. We've seen some of the Alpha Flight members here and there. Like most recently, we saw a couple in the recent Wolverine book, but I don't like Wolverine that much, so shut the fuck up.
But all right. Is this going to be the only thing they have for June in terms of Pride?
I think they might have another book, and I know they're definitely going to have variant covers, but I don't fucking know. They're just going to shove my boy into the back of the fucking group shot anyway on a variant cover.
Terrible variant cover. You're going to be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, that variant cover.
Spider-Man gapping up again or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming the person who's writing this book is going to be the same person writing the current Wiccan book.
Who's writing this book?
No idea.
It's likely the person writing the Wiccan book right now.
Yeah, I think it's a situation where that Scarlet Witch is where there's only one writer wanting to tackle this character.
Yeah.
They should let me write
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Wiccan, you're following in the footsteps of your mom. Look at that.
She's not technically his mom.
What?
Okay, let me explain Wiccan's backstory real quick.
No.
Wanda is technically not Billy's mom. Billy has a mom. It's just in a past life, Wanda was Billy and Tommy's mom. But through some magical bullshit, their souls were put into the bodies of new babies who happen to be Billy and Tommy. So they have their own parents.
But he's often treated as Scarlet Witch's mom.
Not Tommy though. Tommy can go suck it apparently.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's just the point we're making. Like, as far as IP is concerned, Billy's always treated as like the child of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. You know? Because Tommy is Quicksilver. Quicksilver is not treated as Magneto's son. Anytime it's time for Magneto to do something with his kids, it's always Wanda. He never talks about Quicksilver. He never brings up Quicksilver. It's the same thing
even
with
though
Tommy.
Quicksilver looks the most like Eric, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Irony, audience, irony.
In conclusion, give Tommy a new costume 2026. It's been 20 years.
Quicksilver back on the Avengers.
Yeah, that too. He can do that too.
There we go. But, all right, then, audience. I guess with that, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, this was a last-minute topic, but Chip, I'm really trying to pack you up on a lot of things right now, but apparently, Doctor Doom recruits Captain America in the
Yeah.
Captain America book.
However, Doom
Um,
I don't care.
got America's help in this process.
I really don't give
yes.
a shit about
So,
those.
Doctor Doom. Oh well, you should because apparently, what we got from this news article is that Shield is going to be leaving Latveria within the end of this Captain America arc.
I don't
So
care
yeah,
about the Captain America books right now,
so
Cryptid. I'm not
so,
you.
so but I know you're invested in what's happening in Latveria at the moment. So
Not
apparently, yeah,
really.
Latveria's going. Okay,
The only
apparently
reason why
Latveria is going to be left.
I care any slight amount is because you talk about it on Tuesdays.
Gotcha.
I only care about my books mostly.
Gotcha. But anyway, so apparently Latveria is going to be left to itself. So likely that rebel leader from the past is going to be the new leader of Latveria audience.
I think it's
And
the
America.
who they confirmed is Doom's cousin.
Oh, the daughter.
No, that's his cousin, apparently.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
there's another.
just confirmed that's his cousin. How we don't know, whatever. But I think
Mhm.
she's going to get. I think Cap's going to help put her in charge, and then it's going to be Doom versus her, and she's going to try to be like evil, worse than him or something.
Yeah. This is going to be our first glimpse of Doctor Doom since he disappeared at the end of One World Under
They
Doom
should give him a new
audience.
look. Wait with Tommy. If Doom's coming back after everything just happened, he needs a new look.
He needs a new look, man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be in hiding for a hot minute, you
At
need
first,
you need a new aesthetic.
Give him a new
at first,
make it just a
yeah, at
plain
first,
one.
At first, audience, I wanted to say that this kind of feels too soon for Doctor Doom to be going to be coming back since he had a big send off moment in One World of Doom. But then I gotta remember, all right, Doomsday is coming up this year, so yeah, Marvel's definitely gonna want to push more of an emphasis on Doctor Doom in the comics. So
That's why
yeah,
I think they're doing it with him because apparently, remember, Cap will be a big deal in the first one in Doomsday. So
yeah.
they're giving people better looks at like their dynamics, the space of the nation
Hmm.
against each other in a sense. I guess in preparation for that show. I mean that
Oh
movie.
yeah,
But
oh yeah.
Chip to his credit has always said he wanted to do Doom and Cap, like even since like Krakoa. So I'm not gonna hold it
Yeah.
against him for using this as an
I'll,
excuse.
I'll at least Chip is like one of those people you can at least believe it when he says, "Oh yeah, I was a big fan of this character, and I've always wanted to write them." You know, the only bad example I could think of that was like with the Wonder Man book, where I think it was Jared Duggan
Oh,
was
yeah.
like saying, "Yeah, it was like Jared Duggan saying, oh, I've always been a Simon fan. I've always wanted to write him."
Always
For how long?
never put him in any other book I wrote.
Yeah, like I was about to say, like, dude, you've been in comics, you've been in Marvel for like what, a decade now? I don't recall you ever. I don't care. I don't recall you putting that much of an emphasis on Wonder Man. But okay, okay, whatever you say, dude. Whatever you say. Let me read the exact synopsis of this article. So, after Shield's campaign in Liberia meets a brutal and violent end. Oh, okay. So you're telling me all those new Shield characters that we got introduced to by Nick Fury's Junior's team, they're all going to get killed, audience. Ooh, is anybody sad, devastated? We're not going to see more of those guys?
No,
You know,
because
those
I'm not
characters.
reading this book.
Yeah, nobody really gave a shit about those because those characters were drawn at the last minute. Like,
It's
literally, on.
it's probably for the fantastic case that Chip's like original plan fell through then. Because they probably going to make him kill off the other captains as well then.
Yeah. No, that's probably true, I guess. You know, they
Well,
felt
at
it was
least
better to
think
kill.
about it. At least this way, when all this is over, he can still explore the idea himself if he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So anyway, Captain America finds himself in the last place he's expected to be, alongside the last person he expected to see again. Where has Victor Von Doom been since One World Under Doom? And what does he want from Steve Rogers? Find out here, as everything hurtles towards Armageddon.
That's
Okay,
a to get rid of the shield because like no one really tries melting it despite that's how it being formed. You never will see people trying to.
It's just a cover. It's not. Dr. Doom is well.
It was a smart cover. They could have given the generic. Oh, he's breaking the shield again, but instead they show him milk. Smart way to do it.
Well, I'm just thinking now, since Dr. Doom's like some cosmic stuff right now, like okay, yeah, I can imagine him being able to break his shield at this point. But yeah. That's really it for this. I'm interested to see how Chip Zdarsky's going to tie all this together with Armageddon.
It's Armageddon. Now I'm confused because if the other book, what's the other one called? If Reborn Ultimate, what it was called, is going to be the Origin Box situation. Is this the follow up from the Origin Box situation? Because we know the cover is supposed to be like David with like Superman powers or some shit.
Yeah. So
if the other one gets the attack of the Ultimate Universe on ours, and this is the Origin Box fight.
Yeah. It's getting harder and harder to see how Chip is going to be correlating all this into one event. Like, okay, between the Cap stuff, the Librarian situation, the Origin boxes, the rise of a new Super Soldier Program audience. I'm like, how's this all correlating?
How the fuck is the new Super Soldier things happen right now? We have too many people, bro.
Yeah, Chip. Just saying, audience, steak, mango, and chocolate, they're all great dishes by themselves. But when you're trying to mash them up together, that's when you have an obstacle right there. So, but man, hopefully all work out. So, yeah. Austin, do you have any final thoughts on this before we move on to the last topic of the night?
Hopefully, this does not mean Doom is permanently back. Hopefully, just him doing something. And he returns later. I don't need him like physically back and immediately back in charge of Latvia. Or there was no point in him dying.
Yeah, man. Like, so is everybody really that eager to see a dictator come back in power?
It's the same thing, and this reason, also the reason like a lot of people didn't like Riri Williams. If people don't remember, they killed Iron Man off to our point of view. They put her in the book. It was her, MJ, and Tony's mom. And the first thing she did was take over Latvia while Doom was gone. And it was like, what the fuck?
That was too much for a new character right off the bat.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys have fun with One Piece. I will see you guys next week.
We're gonna make your name like 7 times review. Watch.
Cool. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Have fun with your discussion. I need to let my phone charge.
Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
All right. See you
audience.
Jake, are you still here?
Oh, finally, Witch is gone. No, I'm just kidding.
The other one? I didn't realize you have a profile picture.
What about my profile picture?
You don't have one.
Yeah, this is my phone account.
You should get a profile picture.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, gotcha. But anyway, alright then. Since we've done that, audience, let's move on to the last topic of the night. So yeah, Austin, you do the honors.
One Piece season 2. It was like.
Yeah, it was good.
Like if you're not going like and just fully always comparing it to the manga, it's fun.
Yeah. One thing I did kind of like that they did with this season, right, is like, okay, this is still going back to the early days of One Piece, right, audience? But at the same time, like in current event One Piece, there's been, sort of revelations or characters that apparently were in the early days of One Piece that you didn't know about. But then, you go to this series, right? I'll bring up Bartolomeo, right? He was in Logtown during that whole event where Luffy almost got beheaded by Boogie, but we didn't know that until many, many years later. So what does the studio decide to do when they're like, okay, we're going to be making this season and Luffy's going to Logtown? All right, let's just add Bartolomeo in there,
I liked until they had him like full on just be with him, like hang out and stuff. I like that what they're doing with like you said, we got Brooke early, which they don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
Works out. We got Sabo for some reason.
Yeah, Sabo was a background cameo character there.
Yeah, I would say
And
you didn't have to know. Like you really didn't have to know. But
yeah,
yeah,
uh,
I do like them since we know what's going to happen. Them setting it up or just showing it
mhm,
ahead of time. I feel like we know the series not
mhm.
going to make it that far. Like it's not going all the way to the end. Like be for so
Yeah, yeah,
doing it like this instead of doing flashbacks, I think works really well.
yeah. What did you think of the Brooke actor, Austin?
I like them. I know a lot of people were mad and crying about him being black. But because Oda,
We know
we know the list of what everybody is. I think it was Austria.
Yeah.
Brooke must be. But I think it works. I think his soul tendencies and sound worked a lot better for the song.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the dude does the laugh like really good.
Oh yeah, he does. Like
So
just the way
I
he.
thought it was great. I know why some people
Yeah.
complaining, but people got it. If you're gonna take it to someone, take it to Oda because he approved everything.
Mm-hmm.
He approved every casting personally, like
Oh
himself. So if
yeah.
you don't like it, cry to him about it. Don't go online and be racist to anybody.
Again, I'm going to be very curious when it comes to the Frankie casting because even though he says American, like that
No, they
could
definitely
be.
do it. I can guarantee you're not gonna change Frankie.
You sure?
I guarantee you, if he's supposed
Very
to be
smart.
a guy who's slightly built, and the only thing they're probably going to change is that he's not going to be in the speedo. Because
Oh.
you have to do the cola and stuff, and like and
No,
that.
I'm not just talking about that. I'm just talking about the race
No, I
situation
think he's
with
going to be a
Frank.
white dude. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be a pretty white dude.
Okay.
I
Because
think
when you
he
say
is, and I think they're going to use the cola as an excuse to what is called merchandise. They can do Coca Cola for this.
oh oh yeah, that's good advertising right there, audience. You
Yeah.
know, so
So I
mhm,
just see that's going to happen. And Frankie is the least person I'm worried about. I'm more worried
mhm.
about if we get the Djembe, they're going to make him black because they make the other character black.
Which is awesome. It's ironic because I think it was like in one of the recent SBSs where like Oda actually stated where Jinbei will be if he was from the real world, and I think he said India. I'm like,
Yeah,
really,
I have my
really?
problem. My problem with
I'm
let's
not.
go back to the first picture. Go back to the first picture.
Wait,
Good morning.
okay, yeah.
That's my problem with VV here because
Uh-huh.
it shows people don't know Alabasta is Egypt, India, and something else.
Yeah.
It was another place I can't remember right now. So people were expecting an Egyptian actress, and they chose an Indian actress. Now, like, so you can't do Jinbei as Indian either. You end up doing that because you're
Yeah.
pretty much black.
I mean, I was just about to say like Jinbei because just looking at his choice of clothing, his style of combat. Do you really want to
Yeah,
tell me
you
that?
think it'll be Chinese?
Huh?
I mean, you think he'll be Chinese, Japanese? Let me
Yeah,
know.
but then yeah, but I guess Oda's like saying, well, I already said Japanese was for Zoro, so I can't do two of that. So who haven't I done? Indonesia. There you go.
I kind of feel like he started picking places,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, again, that was just weird. That was just a weird choice for my standing.
do
But
you have a
anyway,
picture of Sanji?
Sanji exclusively.
Yeah,
Let
that
me
might be
see.
exclusive.
Not. Ah, damn! I wish I had a picture of him now. They're
Yeah,
awesome. When I was like setting up all
um,
the pictures for tonight, man, I I, re- I realized there was a lot of characters being introduced here at once, so I couldn't fit them all.
I wasn't
You
even talking about
know?
that. Sanji's
Mhm.
character has a lot of controversy around him.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah,
Where?
people are mad. People don't like the
Wow.
live. See, people don't remember that Sanji early One Piece was not that big of a pervert.
Hmm.
Like the pervert stuff with Sanji, he had moments, but he was still trying to be the gentleman thing.
Oh,
His pervert thing
yeah.
didn't happen until Thriller Bark. When you're that like at the moment he revealed that he wanted to be invisible to see people naked, that's when
Hmm.
Oda went full pervert with him. So
That
they're
was
not
a
used to the
that was
actors
a secret fantasy.
substitute. Go ahead.
That, that was the secret fantasy he had, like
Yeah.
one of those dreams you don't want to. announced publicly, audience. So
Yeah, not only did he announce it publicly, he ended up doing it publicly. So it is what it is.
yeah.
But people don't like how non-perverted he is. They're just seeing what Nami's in her bikini top, and he sees her, and they were mad about his I won't say his lack of reaction, his lack of overreaction.
Yeah.
And
I did. You do
I
notice that.
go ahead.
Yeah, you do notice that's absent in this audience.
But and when it comes to that, I do think people have to understand. If you're a One Piece fan and you want for the manga, we already told you, like, this show is not going to be that.
Mm-hmm.
While the pervert stuff, while most people are used to the pervert thing in anime, a lot of people outside who don't watch anime aren't used to that trope. So but that's what they're trying to attract, the people who don't really watch anime like that. So they're not going to turn Sanji up to like 11.
It's also
Because that
it's
will
also
turn regular
it's
people
also
off.
a trope that has no real justification for it existing other than tradition at this point. So,
Well, to be fair, it was still big when it was happening at the time. It was about 27 years ago when One Piece started.
And given like what Sanji had to go through after the time skip, right, audience? Like, dude suffered. Let's just put it that way. All right.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. I didn't like the him after this time skip when they turned it up to like 25, but it was understandable why they turned it up to 25.
It made complete sense. Like literally, the first woman he saw, he's like, "Oh, thank God!" The first woman he saw, "Oh, thank God!" Oh, God,
But yeah, so there's been a lot of controversy about Sanji's character. And look at I don't think you know. I don't think you watch anime that often.
I just recently caught up with the manga audience. I haven't got a chance to watch the anime since the Eggman.
The animators sometimes fuck Sanji over on purpose. They were like changing cartoons or like so like this. Oda has been very particular about how Sanji reacts to Bonnie, because Bonnie gets like 12-year-old. So you see him making like the hearts and stuff to her. That Toei made him make the hearts to her, despite knowing she was 12.
Oh.
And then let's like the scene of like him fighting the fish, the Jinbei robot thing. And the monster, got punched in the face, he no-sold it and then told the thing he was gonna kill him. In the anime, he gets like beat up for a minute before all that happens. Like they changed it to make it like a worse depiction of him in the anime.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so people see that happen and they come here and also see him not fully at himself. And that's where there's a lot of controversy around this character at the moment. That's all, I just wanted to bring that up. Because I see it a lot now.
Yeah, because I don't really follow that much, like, Twitter wise or social media wise topics like that, audience. So yeah, it's the first time I'm really hearing this from an outsider's perspective, So, but another thing I would like to add to Sanji's depiction in this season is they did kind of feel like they were giving him a little bit more of a heart-to-heart moment here, because like you see that scene where he's giving soup to Nami after she got healed, right? Yeah. And he did talk like genuinely, like, tears in his eyes about like, this was like the same scenario he had with his mother, which again, that's something you don't know until like a decade later going into One Piece about, that they decided, okay, yeah, again, like this whole background story of Sanji that you didn't learn about until a decade later. Okay, let's reference that over here since to the early days of One Piece, So yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you know the character, then it should feel rewarding. If you don't, then it's just something new you learn from the person.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, hopefully we'll find a good middle ground to this. Question, Austin, this shouldn't really be a question, but we know if this series does go to the 2-year time skip part, we know what Sanji's going to go through, audience. So
I guarantee they're not doing that.
You don't think they're going to make him wear the outfits?
I think with how
Austin.
much it's changed so far to make the story more narratively cohesive and fit in the 8 episodes thing, I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to make it as drastic as it was.
Okay.
I think they're going to do
Gotcha.
the running thing. I don't think he's ever going to get caught.
Yeah. We don't
So,
want to
like I think
present
y'all
these.
know, people still argue about Yamato's thing. If they do that in live action, you expose it to a way bigger crowd, it's going to go like haywire.
Yeah, that's just one. Yamato is one of those situations where I get what Oda was doing when he was creating Yamato, but in like specifically in the western side of the world, that will be a completely different depiction right there, audience. You
Yeah.
know, that would just be something entirely different. You know, so yeah. Um, as far as other characters we got introduced to, you want to talk about the Giants?
What did you think about him?
I actually like the effects they used for these giants. Maybe it's because like in the back of my mind I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you do kind of need to cut corners budget wise on certain effects here, right? Because it definitely feels like they're just filming regular sized people, but then just editing their presence into into these settings. I don't know how else to explain it.
I think that's the big
Um,
trying to depict One Piece so far is
mhm.
that it does kind of like cosplay. It does kind of like cosplay in a lot of scenes, and
Mhm.
they don't have the budget needed to fully
Well,
like make it looks good for what it is, but you need to accept it
yeah,
as it is. I guess the best way to say it.
yeah. No, it's not that they don't have budget. It's that they have to wisely use that budget in other areas. Like, heck, we're gonna get more Devil Fruit users going forward, audience. Like, you gonna have to definitely dedicate a chunk of your budget into those powers and predictions. So yeah. As
I
far
kind
as
of
the
wish
content,
we were looking men.
huh?
I kind of wish they got buffer men.
Yeah, it is what it is. As far as I'm
I like
concerned,
been fighting for like 100 years straight. like these dudes, like these dudes are big, muscle
yeah.
wise, spike wise, height wise. They are a lot. So I do kind of
Hey,
wish get like some real bodybuilders to sell that larger than life feel for everyone
mhm,
the cast.
yeah. Austin, bounty wise, these are the first $2 billion pirates we've ever seen in One Piece.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, people
that's
don't
one of
know.
the revelations. That's one of the revelations we got recently, audience. Yeah. Which makes it even more lamer when you go back and see that it was somebody like Mr. Three who ended up taking them down. Like, really? Really?
Fine with it because I do get the idea that they get a lot of their bounty size just up price just because they're big. So like
Yeah.
like even you get them like basic hockey, they're doing like worse than like 100 regular dudes. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. But still,
So
Mr.
I think my
Mr.
problem is
Three,
that they
dude.
show later in the manga that they actually are like really strong.
Hmm.
So it's like how the fuck
But
did we?
yeah, both in the anime and the manga audience, like, and keep in mind, Mr. Three ends up becoming a joke character as the series goes on.
He does get his moments. Like he's a big part of how they almost say these. Like he has moments.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has moments of shine, but nothing power wise or feat wise,
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
It's funny. 'Cause I guess technically he should be because he's a he makes candle wax, but with him being
Mhm.
he can make an unlimited amount of candle wax. Like you can like he could be like Peril Sparrow level. To be honest,
Yeah.
doing
I
candle
mean,
wax.
well, his best possibility is being Sparrow, because their devil fruits are pretty much the same, so yeah. But we'll see how that goes. I like the designs of Dory and Broggy, especially Broggy. I don't know, maybe it's because of the nose, like
Yeah, I like the big nose. I think that does great for him.
That was a good touch, you know. So and Dory, I mean, well, he looks like from the manga. You can't really go further than that. So yeah.
I will say I do appreciate the live action's consistent use of like not being afraid to look goofy or look bad
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's not like they're doing their best not to hide what they are. I guess the best way to say it. That's
Exactly. You
kind of the
know.
same thing I wanted. We're getting like Street Fighter the movie where Cody has like the gal hair. They're doing all this stuff because they're not ashamed of what they're adapting. Here at like more.
Exactly. They know what they are, and plus, it doesn't hurt the fact that Oda has a big part in this series depiction. You know, so good for him. Good for him. Speaking of other characters, might as well talk about Chopper himself. Austin, how
I
do
didn't
you
like
feel about?
I didn't like that look.
You didn't like his hybrid form?
No, because look at like in the manga, you see how he has like he's shaving up to like the very smooth up to the neck beard, I guess.
Yeah,
Neck
yeah.
beard, and his face is fine. But here they gave him the facial hair like going all like he's like Abraham Lincoln as a better reindeer.
Oh, oh. Okay. I
Like you
think
see the
that's just
beard and how he frames his face. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I was curious how they were going to pick Chopper audience because again, you gotta know when you're going to use your budget for special effects. But looking at his human beast form, I'm like, okay, they're going more practical is what I'm seeing, you know, because we also did see Dalton. I didn't think they were going to give him his like, you know, his bull form, but they did. But again, it seems like going forward when it comes to zone users that are going to go more practical effects, which hey saves on the budget.
Is
But
it
I
because the Chopper's voice actor is a lady?
oh yeah, I know. Well, same thing with the anime,
I know,
you
but I'm
know.
saying, is this a person? You said this is a guy in a suit?
Well, I mean it's a guy, but the voice. I mean, Austin. We know later on if they ever get to what's his name, Trouble or Pika Pika. What's his name? The
I
stone
don't
fruit.
know. Yeah, I think it is
Yeah,
Pika. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we know what he's supposed to look like, and we know what his voice is going to sound like. You know,
bro,
so
there's a guy making a high pitched sound.
mhm.
Apparently, he's mostly CGI. Chopper.
Well, his short form is CGI. I This was something Oda actually talked about too, because like apparently the studio insisted on making is a chopper look like a deer, but then Oda came in and said, "No, I want his depiction to look more like something you would see out of a plushie." You know, and I think that worked. Austin,
I think yeah, he's trying to sell toys.
yeah, and plus he still looks good. You know, I thought that worked for
Okay,
Chopper.
so Heavy Point is a practical suit worn by actor Gavin Gomes.
Makes sense.
With,
Personally,
light
audience. Personally, audience, my dream depiction of what Chopper's human beast form would look like is just getting Brock Lesnar.
No,
A wrestler, Austin, you know, a wrestler.
I get it. It's
Somebody.
just I don't want him to have that physique because he don't really do a lot with his form.
Yeah.
I feel like if you wait till they have to do go to Brock Lesnar, they just start slapping people.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
want to represent Frankie, sure, go ahead, give him Brock Lesnar. Frankie does the German suplex. I love to see Chopper do a German suplex to somebody.
That would be something. That would be something. As far as practical effects goes,
Giant, put it in the manga.
oh, what was that?
I said, give me a Monster Point German suplex to a giant. Put it in the manga.
We'll get that. We'll get that at some point. But as far as our first glimpse of what depictions are going to look like,
I think it's
I'm
fine.
really curious. Yeah, I'm really curious what they'll do when we eventually get to Lucy.
It'll be the same thing. More like just the big form be practical. The skinny form will be practical. The skinny form will be practical. Then the big form be CGI on top of practical.
Yeah, I just want the first glimpse of his leopard zone to be him, turning huge, because that's what it was in the manga too, in the anime. Uh, the whole regular size thing that could be his his final base form, though, So
No. Tripping. In the anime, his original form is the skinny form, and then the buff form, the hybrid form. No.
okay.
Yeah. Remember, he had the actual animal form. He had this form where he just looked like himself, but it's the leopard, and then he got the buff leopard form.
Okay, the buff leopard form's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping
That's
to
his
do.
hybrid form, and the other one's like his animal form. It was weird how they handled it, but
Nah, it was that whole life return thing where
yeah,
he goes,
that's what it was.
yeah,
You're right.
something about that, yeah. Anyway.
I'm sure they'll do it right. I'm more concerned about
Mhm.
Kaku.
Who?
The giraffe that turned into a square.
Oh, yeah, Kaku. Oh, wow. That's going to be dope, audience. Oh, let's see that. But, alright,
I won't lie.
but that's not,
Sometimes the Giants may be worried about Whitebeard because he can't be a regular size guy. But
no, he
it's
cannot.
also very hard to have them do the angle of how they're doing the Giants, but with
Yeah.
people around them. Because Whitebeard's constantly with people.
Well, I mean, at that point, you just get the actor to be doing all his stunts with the other actors, but you have him having like a stick on top of him with a dot where
I
the
think
actors
that'd be the
come on
five
those
person thing they
sticks.
did with Colossus.
There you go, something like that. But yeah, I got a bunch of pictures, Austin. Is there any character you want to talk about next?
Let's go ahead and do Vivi and them.
Okay, let me go to Vivi. All right. What did you think about her depiction here, Austin?
I think the actress did fine. I do
Yeah.
understand that people you don't see Vivi in her because in certain scenes.
Mhm.
But I think for what they were doing, she was fine.
Yeah. You know, they brought her in. She was a villain in the beginning, but then later on warms up to the Straw Hats.
It's Wednesday, right?
Miss Wednesday, yeah. They didn't give her the duck, but again, that just goes to budgetary reasons
Yeah,
for
I was kind of
now.
disappointed about that because they gave the other dude the flying thing with
Oh,
with the glasses. I'm like, bro, the duck like her main thing, bro.
again, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to put your budget on? The duck or that condor in a otter thing? The
Probably the
machine gun.
duck, bro. It had the duck show up and then leave and come back. Okay, don't have to make it say it all.
Gotcha. But they did try giving her all the other aesthetics, like those peacock twirling blades, and even her dance move. That she did that on Zorro in the anime, but in here she did it on Luffy audience. So yeah. What else to say about Vivi? No, she played her role well. She was as important in the Drum Island story in here as she was in the anime, So nothing more, nothing less, really. So yeah, her time to shine won't be until like the next season when they go to Alabasta, So yeah. Any more thoughts on her before we move on to the next character, Austin?
No, not really. I don't really have any more thoughts with her.
Gotcha. Well, let's move on to the other person that everybody seems to be talking about or having their eyes on, Nico Robin. What do you think, Austin?
She's all right, I guess.
Dude, the first time we see her, like when she's coming into that Marine base and like she completely owns all those Marines, I'm like, yep, that's Robin right there. She knows her power and she owns wherever she comes in. So
I don't know Robin as a character though.
what is it?
Because she comes in like that, but then none of the rest of the story treats her like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, she
But
knows when.
not in the show. I just mean One Piece in general.
Okay. Well, she knows to make herself valuable when the plot calls for it. So that's the way I see it, at least.
I know, bro.
Mhm.
Just once you reveal she had a chance to learn from Sabo and them hockey and all that stuff, she said no. I was like, man, fuck this character.
Well, hockey and like learning fishman karate ain't exactly like an easy thing to go to learn, you know. So
Yeah, 2 years. Okay.
she learned how to just clone herself and her devil fruit and
This
that
is a
stuff,
woman
you know.
that did all her life. She should be doing everything possible to get stronger.
She was able to at least to get her own version of an awakening after all that. You know, so
Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah.
But
Okay.
his actress was fine, I guess. She did the role great from what I saw,
She
and
looked like she looked like Robin. I'm like,
so they
boom.
gave her,
Yeah.
they went through her costumes and everything. So
Yeah, no real alteration or anything like that. Audience. Look, even apparently, like even the actress who played Nami was very forthcoming about wearing the exact attire from the source material because she's like, yeah, no, this is what I signed up for. I wanted to depict Nami. I wanted to depict Nami faithfully. So yeah, I won't wear her attire. You know.
I do
So,
just kind of want to see how they do Boa.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Audience Boa needs to be Gooner bait. I hate to
Uh,
say it like that.
just,
I'm,
they just have to actively choose a very attractive actress because the whole point of Boa that she's supposed to be the prettiest woman in the world. And then you have to
mhm.
kind of also maybe make her Chinese because she wears Chinese dress.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did Oda state where she will be from? I forgot.
No, but it's very clear that the chief Amazons at least have Chinese outfits. Even like Gloriosa and the other Shaky did.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say China.
Yeah. And you do look at the buildings in Amazon Lily and even their ships design. Yeah, it's a very Eastern design audience. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
So I do kind of want to see how they handle that and her power based on how they did
Mhm.
Nico Robin and her powers.
That's true. That's true. So we'll see where that goes. Speaking of people with powers, let's talk about the other characters that get introduced.
People were
Smoker and
disappointed in
Tiki.
Shiki, by the way.
What? Did people have any expectations for Tashigi at all?
I
Like,
do kind of agree with the crowd that they look like a little boy. He looks like a little boy in some of these scenes. And
oh, to be,
to be fair to the actress and everything going on, if you look at the actress is actually a very beautiful woman.
oh yeah,
Uh,
definitely
they
so.
just
But like,
trying. I think they went a little bit too far and trying to make her look exactly like the manga.
yeah, I mean, Tashigi's whole point is like, well, I wouldn't say she's discarding her
It
womanness,
was
but like
She was dedicating
one
everything
nutrition.
to her
A sort
swordsmanship.
of,
Yeah,
yeah.
so she's not like.
That's all.
I think it's also my problem with her post time design because it's very clear they tried to pretty her up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the
Mhm.
whole point of her having short hair and stuff because she's supposed to like Kuena. She's supposed to like the girl who died when Zoro was little. So
Yes.
she had to have the same hairstyle and stuff.
Hmm.
But I think the actress did pretty well with the character.
Yeah.
And she literally is just her dedication to swordsmanship. Her goal is to get all the not like the 12 graded swords
Yeah.
and bring them to the ring.
Austin, I was like
She's not
looking at
even
this.
that good.
Yeah, Austin, I was like looking at a discussion where like people bringing up like everybody's dreams and ranking about like how impossible it would be to achieve those dreams, right? You gotta look at Tachigi. Her dream is to get like the sword, all the greatest swords in the world. Okay, so that means you have to get Whitebeard's weapon. You have to get
No,
Mihawk's weapon,
she said
Vista's
no, no, no.
sword.
No, she said specifically graded swords.
The great. Well, no, Whitebeard's sword is one. Is one. His weapon is one of that.
His weapon is graded, but it's not a sword. It's a glaive.
Okay. Well, I just know it was
And
ranked amongst those swords. Right.
Cat's weapon's also graded, but it's not a sword.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
The mold
Okay.
spear,
So. Okay. Yeah, but still, like, okay, you have to go for Vista's sword,
yeah, it's the
Mihawk's sword.
Tanks, Roger.
Yeah. Dude,
Um,
you
yeah,
really think you're going? I'm pretty sure Rayleigh has a graded sword.
I don't remember.
Right?
I don't think we ever got his sword name.
Yeah,
I think
I would imagine. Like, I mean, come on, it kind of has to.
All the top graded swords are. So Rayleigh's probably is one.
Yeah. But the point is like, dude, Tashigi, you really think you're going to be able to get to challenge all these people and get all their swords? For God's sakes, even what's his name, Trafalgar Law.
He can't
Trafalgar
count.
Law. Yeah. Oh man.
Like a lot of these dudes are either dead or really old. He can't wait till they die to grab it off the grave. Because she's there to mainly to work back to the Marines. I don't think she's stupid. Out of Yonko 1v1 about it. The only person he might fight to try to get his sword is going to be Zora for obvious reasons.
Probably.
I don't think she's going to fight Law again after what happened in Punk Hazard.
I don't think she'll be she'll want to prove herself enough to want to fight him again. Like,
no, I guess that's probably it. But she's not going to fight Shane. She's too scared to fight Mihawk. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, again, the other most
unless Zora kills Mihawk when he fights him, she is not getting that sword.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shiryu has a graded sword too. So like, he ain't gonna hold anything back.
Also, he has to go and rob Shunsui for that sword too.
That too. So yikes. Again, the most impossible terrain that has no chance of happening. Audience, sorry, Tashigi, but okay, we've talked enough about her. What did you think of Smoker?
I think he did pretty good. I like the look of the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they kept with his portrayal. Yeah, I mean, there's more stuff to say about when it comes to criticisms than there is about, like, congratulations, audience. Because, like, with Smoker, he's good. He's faithful to the adaptation. So, yeah, good on him. Trying to see, was there any other character we wanted to talk about? Oh, yeah. What did you think of Wapple?
I thought he was interesting. I remember they changed something, but I can't remember what it was. When I was
they changed that the Baroque works were the ones to give him the devil fruits.
That's fine. I don't really think they changed too much.
I just thought that was a little bit coincidental since apparently he's always had that mechanical mouth apparently throughout his whole life, and just randomly he was able to get him a devil fruit that specifically works with a mechanical mouth. I'm like, really?
I think they changed because they did the same thing with the Fishman and Buggy, where was like working for the Fishman the whole time.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it.
Tying everything together so you can be like, oh, well, this is a complete arc. Season 2 is a complete arc. Everything tied together in the end. Season 3 is going to be, it is what it is. It's one of those giveaways you're going to have to let happen.
Yeah, true. I mean, at the end of the day, like, hey, it doesn't matter how the sausage was made. Like, you got to see the sausage here, and with Wapple, he looks straight up from the manga.
I hate that saying, by the way.
But what was that?
I hate the saying, it doesn't matter how the sausage gets made.
But, hey, still, at the end of the day, this is Wapple from the manga.
Yeah.
Like, power-wise and, like, the way he acts. I'm like, this is him.
Blackbeard, because Blackbeard really going to be a fat guy. It's going to be very funny.
I do want to see that so badly, man. We're getting Blackbeard in the next season, right? Right, Austin?
If you get him, Ace, all them first full looks.
Yeah.
But first full
we already got the reveal of the actor for Mr. One, so yeah. It's gonna be insane.
They calling Zoro the minority hunter, by the way.
What? I didn't think of it that way.
All people finding the black so far.
Oh wow. Look, the minority hunting under minorities audience. And
Listen,
yeah,
listen. It may be a racist title, but it's a hard ass name, bro.
It was
That's a
on the phone,
somebody,
and then the live I
somebody,
just came up with it by themselves.
right. Listen. It's a badass sounding name, bro. Minority Hunter Zorro is crazy, bro. I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
he was hunting power minority, bro. That's how it is.
it's almost like somebody should be putting his face on a wanted poster on that topic alone, audience.
Sure.
You know?
Speaking of it, I'm glad
Oh, yeah.
this dude bulked up hard since season 1.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see that.
He is like 2 times bigger than he was in season 1.
Yeah, audience. I don't know if this is because of watching K-pop Demon Hunter, right? But when I look at Zoro's face, I'm just seeing a guy who could definitely be a sociable boy. That was her name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely.
he can see this guy right here that you see on screen doing Michael Jackson dance moves.
Yeah, the face, just with the face alone, you know. But then, hey, you see the muscular body this guy has. Like, okay, he's definitely putting in the effort here. This is your eye candy moment, audience. They did it with Nami and Robin throughout the season, and then they're like, okay, let's give something for those who are into the muscular male body, you know. So yeah, the male and the female gaze, audience, all in one season.
They did make Zoro a lot funnier than he was in the manga, by the way.
What was that, Austin?
This shows Zoro is a lot funnier than manga Zoro. Manga Zoro is good. He'll smile, he'll laugh, he'll joke around. But post time he doesn't really do any of that anymore. Mm-hmm. But this dude here, he was making such unintentional funny jokes. It would have me dying. Like you take they're in a giant like they're like, oh, I'm gonna go use that like punching speed bag looking thing to train. And Nami's like, the uvula? He's like, uvula. So it's a female whale. She's like, that's he has some funny shit, bro. It's so funny.
He likely finished watching Monster House or something like that. So, yeah. The actor probably saw Monster House and was like, okay, I'm adding that. I'm improvising that. You know? Yeah. But really, after that, is there really any other character here worth talking about?
Probably Nami. That's about it. Oh no, I do want to talk about Luffy.
Oh, okay. Luffy, yeah.
Luffy from season 1 carried on with this season.
Ooh, okay.
You know,
what is
it? Brazil and stuff was fine. I think the guy looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But because of his second language, he does struggle to deliver some lines a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also a lot of times when they try to do the Luffy stuff from the manga, and because the actor, I don't say the actor isn't good, but he can't pull it off as well as the manga did. So, as a person who knows the manga, I do see it, and a lot of times it does like bother me to a degree. But as a show, I think I guess it's fine. Mm-hmm. If you're just watching the show, you didn't watch the manga, it's not going to bother you.
No.
But the main thing with season 1 that people complain about is that Luffy is a lot weaker than he is in the manga. And I think they carried it over.
Well, I mean, this is like the early days of Luffy, after all. Like, we haven't gone to gears yet.
Luffy having trouble in fights. He didn't have trouble with fights in the manga. That's exactly what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it a big deal when he actually did start having problems with fights?
Yeah. Luffy in day 1 of manga really does feel like he already like fights at lower strength. He is pushing buildings apart and shit like that. In like the first 20. He beat Axe-Hand Morgan by himself, really. In the live action, that came a 3-way fight. And it's time to it again in this season where fights that Luffy handled by himself become group fights, or Luffy has to struggle a lot to win. And it's mainly because they want to save budget and not just have him stretching all over the place and just winning the fight like he does in the manga.
Right.
And I
Just waiting
why they do it, but I do understand the crowd of like it's kind of disappointing to see where it does like people don't know. In the early One Piece, Oda is just very consistent in saying it's Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy all around the same strength. Well, they might find different opponents and have different, and based on their opponent's moveset, they might struggle. Depending on who they are, they can all beat around the same type of person until like Gear 2 and stuff happens.
Yeah.
If you go live action for live action, it does feel like Zoro just stronger than him.
Yeah, that is the problem right there. If you look at it that way.
Show Zoro killing 100 people.
They didn't even add the scene where Zoro and Luffy fought to show that they're on equal ground. Yeah. Okay, I see that point you're making.
Thank you. I do see a lot of people being disappointed in Luffy in live action, and I do have to agree because it's only going to get worse from here. Because the first time he starts to struggle, it's going to be the next part in the manga. Then we lose to Crocodile twice before he beats Crocodile.
Oh yeah.
So if you already not going to get better, and they're definitely turning the Crocodile fight to a multi-man fight.
Oh yeah.
So like 1v1 comeback feel good thing with how they handle live action.
We'll see how that goes, audience. We'll see how that goes. So, let's see. Any other characters here worth talking about?
We pretty much talked about everybody that was important.
Yeah.
Like the only other thing we could talk about, like the Sabo thing, because I really don't think they had no reason to show them.
That was just forced Easter egg. Like, look, not every Easter egg is a fun treat, audience. Sometimes an Easter egg is a rotten egg, So
if you want to reveal Sabo, you should have did it when he.
Oh wait, Austin, what did you think about Dragon's actor here?
I remember who they casted him as. I was like, bro, he don't let this dude's dad. This dude's mom would be like greatest woman of all time. But there's no way from like a Brazilian person and a black person.
Yeah. But like here, at least, they change the actor in this situation, and the actor looks more like somebody I would imagine being the father of Luffy, at least. So yeah.
I still didn't understand their reasoning. But to be fair to people, Luffy in the manga does look more like Garp than he does Dragon. But you never thought that Dragon is dead. And in the live action, it really does look like Garp's the dude's father, like just straight up his dad. And Dragon's just there.
Like skip the generation right there,
Yeah, it's not terrible. The dude does the role well, to the degree. It all is a small scene. But it does feel jarring if you didn't know the cast beforehand. They'd be like, this is dad? I went from a white grandpa to a black father to a Brazilian kid.
What a family tree, that audience. What a family tree. All right. Yeah. Any other things you want to talk about before we end the night, Austin?
They did really good casting Crocus, whatever his name was. The doctor from Roger's group.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Him and from Chopper's backstory, they did really good with those two.
Oh, yeah, they did. I just like with Crocus, right, when they went back to show his early days. That was supposed to be 50 years ago, by the way, audience, when he's flashbacking to Brooks' crew. Yeah. But all the studio did was just dye the actor's hair.
No. I don't know if you remember Shank's crew, but they made Ben Beckman like he's like 80 years old. Acting like he should have been Rayleigh in the anime, in the live action.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I was kind of like. Well, you made him 50 years younger, he still look old as shit. Why did you do that? We watched the Obi-Wan show, and they showed Anakin, but they didn't de-age him.
Yeah,
so
that show was stupid.
20-year-old.
That show was stupid. That shit was stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to look at you. They had to look you in the eye and act like that was a young man. All the fucking wrinkles on his face.
Oh wow. I know, right? Yeah, as far as the Chopper's father figure goes, yeah, he was a good he was a good depiction there too. I do like his death in the manga better than the live action though.
I agree with that.
Oh, what was that?
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. And also, one thing I didn't like that they changed though with Chopper's backstory is I really like the part where Correa was just going full ballistic on Chopper, like beating him up after realizing you just killed your father basically with that stupid by finding that stupid mushroom,
Yeah.
But in the live action one, they really didn't have to assault Chopper at all. That was kind of sad. What can you do?
Yeah. I guess we can
Yeah,
talk about a second too. I like the actors they did. Like you said, they really did like tone down a lot of scenes where
yeah,
that really I don't say it hurt her character, but it did lessen the impact.
yeah. I like that scene,
Like,
and I
you
like it.
you felt bad for Chopper, but you really felt her grief about this dude dying.
Yeah. Like no matter how badly she was hurting Chopper, that was nothing compared to how, yeah, to the news that like, yeah, her colleague was about to die because of what Chopper did. So
Yeah.
yeah. And I did love the scene in the again in the anime and the manga where like as soon as Chopper told her, "Yeah, I'm gonna go leave the Straw Hats," she immediately hunts him down like a wild animal, like fully throwing axes, throwing bombs, throwing guns, throwing morning stars. Like you're not leaving me, but
Well, you get my
secretly.
you know what I mean? You leave me alone.
They only kept the dialogue. That was it, audience. They didn't give that full chase sequence.
We don't know this
So.
lady after 40 years old, by the way.
Yep. Oh, well, I mean, Oda did state like humans in the One Piece world could live up to 150 audience.
I thought she was 120, and then she was special thing because of her mess and stuff, and she made it 140.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as Katie Seagal goes, I mean, yeah, she was good in her depiction. I know everybody wanted what's her name?
Yeah,
The girl from
for Halloween.
Halloween, yeah. But stars in the line, what can you do, audience? So yeah.
It is what it is, bro. I didn't think that lady was going to be that great, to be honest.
It was just a fan casting at the end of the day. So,
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep, that's
Jamie
her
Lee Curtis was
name.
good, but I think this lady did perfectly well what she had.
True. So, yeah. But,
Oh, yeah,
I
we saw
mean,
Crocodile. He looked great.
oh, yeah, for like the last
Yeah,
4 minutes of the film.
Crocodile he looked good. That's all I'm going to say.
Man, audience, it
Think
is
they're going
some
to
pretty.
show Whitebeard taking his arm because since they're doing the flashback thing and just showing stuff, I do
Yeah.
think the arm they're going to show. Well, I don't think they cast the Whitebeard, but if they cast Whitebeard before the season happens, they're definitely going to show him losing his arm.
I would like to see that, So, will they ever reveal? Will they, by the time the next season pops up, audience, will they ever reveal that little tidbit of knowledge Ivanka knows on Crocodile? Who knows?
Also, apparently Oda has came out and said he does have a vision for what the end of the live action will be.
Okay,
Like
okay.
they are going to go to Marine Ford. I do think they are
Mhm.
going to do a Marine Ford and then handle the Yonko differently, or just don't do the Yonko.
Because I was about to say, man, if you're bringing up Marine Ford as the ending of the live action series, that's going to be a depressing ending, man.
Yeah,
That's going to be a depressing way to end the series. So
I
yeah.
want to do it the way he originally going to do One Piece. People don't know. Originally in One Piece, the seven. What they call the seven swordsmen? What they call?
The seven warlords.
The warlord system was not a thing. It was just supposed to be Mihawk.
Mm-hmm.
I will go straight into the Yonkos as a Marine Fort. But because you had to do because he did the warlord thing, you had to do the boar arc, and then Dolphy had to be in charge of that other place, and we had to go through and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on how you handle it, he might cut the whole system.
Oh wow!
And it would just be Boa, the guy from Thriller Bark, and Mihawk.
For budgetary reasons, it wouldn't surprise me if he cuts Moria out.
I think we're going to keep Thriller Bark because he really likes Braun.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think if you cut the system, you can jump straight to the Yonkos in a sense, and then just be like, oh well, we beat Kaido and just go straight to Shanks and be like, oh well, Shanks had the thing for last island, and it just ended on the island.
Okay, that's a possible ending to go with.
Like you can't do emu. We're not doing emu, bro. We can't do all that.
Oh nah, dude.
Hey, as a Yonko, so you kind of hazard the Yonko system.
No, we ain't getting to Elbaf audience. Okay, so yeah. But all right then. Oh wow, we reached the 2 hour 20 mark. So all right, Dawson. You have any final thoughts on this topic before we end the night?
I'll be there for these three, I guess.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Blackbeard audience. So yeah. But anyway, that's the end of our night, audience. I got a flight to make in about two hours, so I'll be seeing you all later back in America. So
later,
audience. Bye.